Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 10th, 2025 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals in Fitchburg. We thank everyone who has come out tonight to participate in our hearing, but remind them to please shut off your phones while you are in the meeting so that we may all enjoy each other's company. And as a reminder, I will do that myself as well. For anybody who feels they need to take a call, just a reminder that you can go in the lobby outside of the meeting room. The lobby contains both video and audio ongoing of the meeting, so you will not miss out by stepping out. That being said, I now call this meeting to order. Please be advised that FATV is conducting an audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast. I ask that anyone else in the audience who is recording this meeting to please identify yourselves for the record now by standing and stating your name and city of residence. Seeing none, and I refer everybody to the excellent recordings that FATV does and keeps online if they need to see a recording. Again, a reminder that all electronic devices should be placed into silence mode. We are going to open the meeting by standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Chris, if you would lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Okay. Just a reminder that this is a hybrid meeting, which means you may attend either virtually or in person, and that this body takes public comment on the matters as they arise. So we will be checking in both online and in person on each matter to allow an opportunity for anyone who would like to comment or ask a question on each matter. This meeting begins with reviews, which is permits or variances which have already been allowed and which are here before the board for review for compliance with conditions. These matters may be called in or out of order at the chair's discretion between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. The first matter on the agenda, which is ZBA 24-18, 488-490 Main Street, is a matter on which I have a conflict of interest and must recuse myself, and therefore the vice chair, Mr. McLaughlin, will be taking over. I will be stepping out momentarily, but I'm going to note this means that we do not have quorum. And so I expect Mr. McLaughlin will be conducting a motion to continue the hearing.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening. As the chair stated, we're a bit short with the number of members tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask that you come back next month, if that's okay. And
virtual. Oh, can we do it virtual?
You can do it, yes, either, whichever you prefer.
All right.
If I could just trouble you for the date for next
Yes, it's
meeting?
July 8th.
July 8th.
Okay.
So that and we appreciate you coming down, and we do, we apologize for the inconvenience, because I know you did some travel, but
That's okay. Yeah, a little bit.
it was unexpected.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
big deal.
so
We'll see you next month.
we look forward to it. We appreciate it. Could I have a motion to just continue for July 8th, please?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to continue for July.
I'll second that. And I as well. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. McLaughlin.
Apologize it took so long, Madam Chair.
No, not at all. You were fast and efficient. Calling the next matter on the agenda, which is ZBA 23-40. This is 180 Main Street and Travis Beauvais. This is a review of the special permit under Section 181.313D12 of the Fitchburg zoning ordinance to occupy and operate an exhaust and auto repair business pursuant to Section 181.94, located in the downtown business district. Mr. Beauvais, welcome to the meeting. Please take the podium, and for the minutes, state your name and city of residence.
Yep, Travis Beauvais, and city of residence is Lunenburg.
Okay. So at the last meeting, we had a debate over the parking plan. And your request was that you wanted to keep the existing parking plan. A motion was made to modify your special permit in order to accommodate that. And the modification was that you could follow the existing parking, but that it was to be striped and a no left turn painted at the exit onto Boulder Drive.
Yep.
You've not done that.
So if you actually go down there, I just actually had the pavement cut out, patched all the holes that were going into the gas station. But right now, the gas station's under construction, so with all the rain and the construction, it's been a little hard to get somebody to commit to an exact day. So it will definitely be striped as agreed upon, but there was just some things that needed to be cleaned up and finalized. So.
I want to make sure that we're talking about the same exit, because the exit is on the side. It's not the one that's over in front of the gas station.
Okay, yeah, there's a sign already posted, says no left-hand turn.
Great.
Sign's a metal sign in the actual cement, and it says right on it, no left-hand turns. You couldn't take a left in out of there anyway, but it is posted. The island's right across from it.
So one of the reasons that this review has gone on for so long is that you keep coming back and arguing the conditions with us.
Okay,
We made a modification. The modification requires no left turn to be painted on the parking lot, but allows you to use the existing parking. I understand that it has been 12 Saturdays in a row that Massachusetts has experienced rain, and it is all driving us all a little crazy. But I don't think the construction that's going on in the gas station prevents you from striping the parking in your lot.
no, it doesn't. I thought that you wanted where the gas station was, no left-hand turn out of there as well. So you couldn't take any left-hand turns out of the property, is the way you made it sound last time, which to me was, kind of didn't make any sense, because that means you'd have to leave and then go all the way back down Main Street, come all the way back around anytime you wanted. But where you're saying the other exit, I will get it painted on the ground there. There is no exit. There is an actual existing sign that is standing up that says no left-hand turn out of there, right-hand turn only. But if you want it painted on the ground, we will certainly do that there. I do block that entrance while I'm open with cars, so nobody even pulls out of there anyway, just because people would cut through the parking lot from the gas station. And so if you're coming from another car and don't see it, you could get hit. So I do block that. I don't even use it as an exit. During the day, if you go down there, you always see these cars blocking that entrance.
All right, so I want to make sure that there is no mistake about what entrance we're talking about.
Yep.
This one right here.
Okay, so you don't want no left-hand turns out of there.
Yes. So
Okay.
the designation, that's designation in the parking lot
Yep.
would be in this vicinity,
Okay.
okay? Not this one down here.
That's not an entrance. That's
Yeah.
actually all built up. Nobody could drive there.
Right.
They got rid of the curb cut there.
Yeah, so down that end, not concerned about it. It's this one.
Okay, so that's the one that I originally thought you wanted painted. So again, I'm not here to argue with anybody. That other entrance down there is a right-hand turn only, and there is
Yeah.
a sign. I do block that entrance because people would fly through from the gas station to cut out there.
Yeah.
So I do leave cars there so that doesn't happen. But I guess just looking at this whole situation as a whole, and I'm not trying to argue anything, but the only way you can come into that property literally is coming up Main Street and then take a left down, but then if you want to leave and come back, you can't take a left out of this. You got to physically go all the way back down Main Street, and where do I do a U-turn to come back to the property? Because you can't take a left up Main Street, and at those other spots, you can't take a left. So there's no left-hand turn out of there. So you literally got to go all the way down and then take a U-turn at the streetlights, at Dunkin' Donuts, at the next intersection. I'm just asking, because
That was the safety concern
okay.
expressed after consulting with engineering and the police department, and it's the only one,
Okay.
okay?
All right. It is what it is. I'll paint it. It honestly doesn't make sense for people to come in and out, and they literally have to go all the way back around. I'm just stating what I see, but it is what it is. I'll paint it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to point out that there's nothing blocking someone from coming in this entrance, and that was not the request. Someone coming in this way, someone coming up Boulder Drive this way. Someone can come out from Boulder Drive, take a right-hand turn,
That's what I'm saying. It's only
and
right.
navigate on Main Street. That's the limitation of the lot. It's the limitation of the lot and the limitation of the traffic pattern in this area. You're in a lot that's very visible, receives a lot of traffic, and is next to this train station. And I see you do a lot of business there, or at least you have a lot of cars parked out in the lot. So I'm glad to see that, but there are some limitations with this lot.
Yeah.
What is the time frame for you to complete this task?
We're just waiting for the weather to clear up, so I'll call the guy and revisit that again tomorrow and see what day is going to be good. Again, as soon as he says he can come do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be honest with you, though, and I'm not trying to fight it. I don't agree with the left-hand turn out of there. That just makes no sense. There's no flow.
I don't need you to agree.
Yeah.
I need you to paint it.
Yep.
That's what I need you to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to look for a suggestion from more board members on a review date. I know we don't have many board members today, but it's going to be either July or September. September. If you're back here in September and it is not striped, I am going to let you know that I am going to seek fining because it's been long enough.
That's fine.
So, and I'm going to stop sharing. You're clear on the location, correct?
I had a
Can you
question.
bring that up, please? Because I have some questions when the time is appropriate.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me we do need to ask any questions. Do you have anything else you wanted to add before we move to questions?
I mean, I do have some concerns. I mean, I know we're concerned about the zoning and everything downtown, but I feel like there's a lot of energy put towards the entrance and exits, but nobody seems to be doing anything about all the homeless people, the riffraff, the trash, the vandalizing. I got homeless people sleeping in there every night. I see a lot of different things that I feel like more attention could be put on than a left-hand turn. You know, I'm dealing with this day in and day out, and I'm trying to make the place better. But I feel like a lot of things go unlooked. Last night I'm leaving, and right next to the gas station.
I'm going to stop you because none of these issues are topics that are on the agenda, and I would suggest that you
Okay.
address comment to the beginning of the city council on any of these issues, because I think everybody looking for a solution on any of these issues is good, but they're not a topic for this agenda because that's a violation of open meeting law. It is off the topic that's been listed.
Okay.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to add on your matter?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other person present here today who has a question or a comment on this review case? See none, and I don't believe we have any person remote. Mr. Commissioner, I'm stuck on the screen for a moment. Can you see any person remote?
No, I cannot. It's just the three of us, no attendees.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to go to board members. Mr. DeLonge, do you have any questions or comments?
At this time, no.
Okay. Mr. Gallagher, any questions or comments?
Yes, one simple question. Do you feel pretty confident that by September you'll be able to
Yeah,
get a contractor to come in and stripe?
I think it can be done before that, no problem, yeah. The weather has been an issue, and that same very entrance that she does want it painted is where the construction people are coming in and out to work on the gas station. It is the only entrance into the gas station, unless you went into where they have all the fence up and their equipment. That literally is the only entrance now. So as far as getting it painted, I don't see that being a problem.
Okay.
You know, the only thing, like I said, and again, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, is just being able to take a left-hand turn, because I just feel like if you have to leave there, it doesn't matter where you're going. You have to literally go you can't safely do a U-turn anywhere on Main Street. So it's just a lot of time lost throughout the day on road tests, all kinds of different things, just trying to be successful here and trying to make money, but it's just taking away from everything.
Okay, well, thank you for your answer.
Yeah, no problem.
Mr. McLaughlin, I've left this up for you if you have a question. And
Yes.
would you like me to move it at all?
Yes, I would, so that, need another perspective, coming from under the bridge towards
Okay.
this.
So going to about this location
Yeah, that would be good.
and then turning around.
So there's, is this the entrance right here that's in question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So I've gone to this establishment for many years. When it was Montori's, to get gas on a regular basis. And during this whole process, I thought the left-hand turn issue was the one further up the street, which is the obvious one, because if you take a left, you're going into oncoming traffic. This whole design was not good. This whole design was not done by Montori, the gas station. It was done by the city. The city put in the curb cuts, some of them mirroring what was there before, but I just look at it and say, if this was put in by the city and approved by the city, and during the redesign, things were altered to make it better, I'm not in the business of traffic study to say that we should be making this no left turn. If there are some comments from the police and the DPW commissioner, I don't recall them, maybe you could refresh me, but I think we all agree that this area is challenging, but I don't want to, I understand the pain of the property owner, because I've gone in there and tried to leave, and you can take a left turn as a matter of right by the city's design, and I'm a little skeptical about taking that away from the applicant. I really am. I think the right thing to do is have the city rethink it, relook at it. Also, with the long-term project of the bridge, is some of this going to be reconfigured? Don't know the question or the answer to that. But I'm really not, I was misunderstood when we voted for that particular condition, and I'm not really in favor of keeping it in there,
Okay.
because I do think it's a detriment to the business. However, on the other hand, I would like to see the striping attended to, because that is a bit overdue. So, just wanted to put that out there to the board for discussion.
Sure. And I'll make my comment on that. It took us a long time to get to the decision that we made last time. And the decision we made regarding adding that no left turn was on the basis of the input from the traffic department and the engineering department.
Right.
I personally would not be willing to remove that condition or change it, and would vote against it on any motion. So I will be clear on what my
That's great.
preference is.
And just to reiterate, that when this whole design was approved, I'm sure engineering approved it and the police had input. So the fact that maybe their comments are being reversed because we've had a change in, employees. And to be clear, that originally, when this condition was added, I thought it was for the obvious, which was the one further east.
Yeah. That one is also, obviously, there should be no left turn, but I think that's obvious from the median that exists at that point in time. And I do also appreciate that Mr. Beauvais is obstructing that exit and entrance. I don't think it's necessary to obstruct it, and perhaps if the striping was done, it would be a little bit clearer.
Do we have a copy of the comments that are from police and engineering?
Not at my hand, but I can certainly see what we can do.
Okay. I would just like the board to really think about that particular condition, and maybe get some feedback from some of the other board members. Because I clearly misunderstood,
Mr. DeLonge, I don't believe, oh, no, you were here for that meeting.
I was not.
Oh, you were not
I
here
was
for
not
that
part of
meeting.
this.
That's right, it was 2 months ago.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
But if I may, Madam Chair,
Go right ahead.
I do understand that the proximity to the intersection, I believe, would be the biggest problem with probably the engineering departments while they're looking at this. I see this as no different than the Walgreens down at the end of Lunenburg Street. Same thing, they have a no left turn out of that entrance, mostly because, again, the proximity to where the stop sign is. My biggest question would be, I'd like to take a look at the traffic count just to see how bad it is on Boulder Drive, I do understand Travis's problem with that. There would be, you'd have to go down to Willow Street or North Street to be able to take a left and turn around on one of those roads to come back. But again, I do agree that the configuration and location of the lot does create its own problems, so without being involved in the initial conversation about it and taking a look at what the traffic department says, I tend to agree that taking a left out of there would probably be more dangerous than not.
Thank you. Mr. Gallagher?
Was it or was it not traffic safety's determination to not have us take a left out of that?
It was traffic safety at the police department made the comment that that was challenging and referred to the engineering department for an opinion, and then the engineering department came back and said there shouldn't be any left turn. The left turn is difficult there.
Okay, so I think we need to uphold that then, unless they're willing to change their mind.
And I'm just going to note that one of the things that makes this determination challenging is that we have allowed this applicant to go without a parking plan, without a traffic study, and without any of the normal metrics that would be looked at for this kind of determination. It makes it challenging. We're making judgment calls either based on our own experience or the experience and opinion of our city departments in an informal manner. But at any rate, just to reiterate, I am satisfied with the condition that we have. I don't think it creates any difficulty for compliance because it's merely striping. And I don't think that the traffic flow, it's not completely unimpeded, but it's where the property is. And I don't think it creates any particular hardship for the property owner. So I would not vote in favor of a modification at this time, but I would be looking for a motion to continue the review to the September meeting date, which is September 9th. Okay.
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We're continued to September.
Yep.
Please complete the striping.
I'll get it striped. I did have one question on regards to that matter, though. So can't take a left turn with the traffic of the gas station, with the size of the tow truck, trying to take an immediate right turn out of there with the curb cut. It's almost impossible. So I'm doing X amount of turns just to get in and out of the property. Because when you try to pull out the other entrance with the island across the way, that makes it difficult too. So now what am I doing? turning around in the actual gas station, backing into there so I can successfully take that right. I'm just asking. It just makes it
We've
tough.
taken a vote on
Yep.
this hearing, and you're continuing to argue.
I'm
And
not
sorry.
arguing. I'm just asking. Does traffic studies,
You're
there's been
not.
no accidents
You're
there.
not.
John Fitch is a mess, but yeah, everybody
Sir.
takes left hand turn. Okay.
We'll see you in September.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Calling the next matter on our agenda, that is ZBA 2023-08, Joanne Hamburg, 1341 Rindge Road. This is a review of the special permit under Section 181.94 of the Fitchburg zoning ordinance, issued after remand from the Worcester Superior Court, zoning appeal, by consent of all parties and by order of the court. Ms. Hamburg, welcome to the meeting.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So we did get your May update, thank you. And I did want to note that it's a banner day because we have a date for delivery of the community center.
Yeah, I got an email today just that it should be here next week, hopefully. And
That-
we have a date for install of the 23rd, and the cranes all lined up. Everybody's,
We're very happy about that.
we are working it very,
yes.
very hard.
So we all look forward to the day when this is completed and we can stop our visits. So.
Yes,
yes.
that works for me too.
The topic for today, however, is that issue with the drainage. And so I don't want to have a long discussion today. I want to confine it to that issue. And just to review, we had a meeting in April where we had a letter from the city engineering department that was interpreted as saying that the drainage was all set and satisfactory. There was a report back after that was not the full intention of the letter because there was still some outstanding testing issues.
Who is that from, please?
This is the April 3rd, 2025 letter from Ryan Culley, that there was some further testing, including dye testing, that he wanted to have done. And it's further my understanding that there was a deceased animal located within the drain system, that's now been removed, and a grate placed over the entrance so that you can't have further animals. I assume it was a large animal.
Yeah, I never even thought of something like that.
Yeah.
It was a first for me. I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
Well,
Thank God for the Vandell crew, because I don't know how we would have got that thing out of there. I called a bunch of places, and
no, I don't
something you want to do.
think anybody enjoys removing large dead animals from anywhere. So that's my understanding. Was the dye testing completed as well?
Yeah, they put in
satisfactorily?
1,500 gallons right after we had that large rainstorm. My husband actually went out and videoed and stuff before, but we are going to go out there again next week with Ryan and Frank, my husband, and the Vandell crew to see what could be done possibly. I mean, we just want to fix it, but I don't want to do something just to do something. Do you know what I mean? And what seems to be happening is there's like a stone wall, and on the other side there's a depression.
Yep.
And of course, when it rains, it stays there until it dries up. It doesn't come over to our side, but we're going to take a look at it next week together. We have plans to do that, so.
Okay.
And you've been up to the community. I assume you've seen that the foundation's in and everything's good. We're ready to move on.
Do you have a date and appointment with Ryan Killeen?
I do,
What's the date?
Monday.
Monday?
It's just for us. I don't want any other people there.
Okay. But it's a confirmed date where everybody's expected to show up?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's the
Monday,
16th?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Because this week was the 9th. So,
They go by too quick. I can't believe we're in June already.
all right. I am going to look to the building commissioner for any updates as well. Do you have any other comments you want to make before I do that?
I'd love it if you'd release one of the occupancy permits. I figured I'd just ask. These people have been waiting like 6-7 months to move in. And maybe just hold the occupancy on the one until I'm done. That would really be great for them. And then you'd still be holding one. It's not like I'm not doing stuff, but if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I just thought I would ask because they're dying to move into their new home.
Okay. Do you believe that installation will be complete to the point of getting a certificate of completion on the community center by our July meeting?
It's going to be close because it's not coming in till the 23rd. And then July, there's no way. Once it comes in on the 23rd, they're going to crane it and put the two pieces together. But then we have to connect all the water, the sewer, all the systems have to be put in, and then there's finish work. So it takes about a month, sometimes up to 6 weeks, depending on availability, just to get that done. Plus, we have to put in the ramp, patio. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done. There's no way it'll be done by July 4th or whatever.
Yeah, it's the second Tuesday, so it's early in
Yeah,
the
that's
month.
really pushing it. I mean, I don't mind coming in and giving you an update, or you guys can pop over and check it out, and I'll keep sending my monthly updates. But
So is the projection for completion August or September?
August, I hope by the end of July, beginning of August, yes. No,
Okay. All
we
right.
both want this done,
Yeah,
along with everybody else, so.
your husband is visibly moved by the thought of completion.
Yes,
So,
we just,
We were desperately trying to
yeah. The rain's not helping either, but we're getting there.
The rain
But
is
at least
not
we
help-
got rain so we could test the drain, and we can see what's going on now, because, but now we can.
the rain is not helping anyone in this
No,
Commonwealth.
it did help, though, a little for us on this drain issue, but otherwise, it can stop now.
All right, I'm going to go to the building commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, do you have any updates or comments on Ms. Hamburg's statements or the drainage issue?
So I don't have any comments about the drainage. The statements, though, from the building department side, in order to get occupancy on it, there's site issues that she can't do, like stairs and stuff like that. She can't do until the building is placed, because they just can't. But also, they have the date. They have had number of inspections, most recently on the 27th of May, which was, I believe, last Tuesday, where the slab was inspected and passed by Inspector Sullivan. So they've been keeping up to date with this and keeping in good communication now.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thanks, Felix.
Okay. I am going to go to public comment now on this matter. Is there anything you wanted to add before we do that?
Nope, but I'd love 175 to be released. That's all.
Okay. Is there any person present here today who would like to ask a question or make a comment on this matter? Sir, you're welcome to come. Please come to the podium, state your name and city of residence, and you're welcome to speak.
I'm George McGee. I live at 157 Nigel Court. And basically, I'm here to represent the residents of Woodland Estates. And you, Ms. Tree, made a comment to Joanne at the last meeting when we had that vote, and that she coerced it. She had nothing to do with it. Okay? We got together, the board, we got together, we pulled that vote, we got everybody in there to vote, and we came up with a no, because we didn't want all the headaches, the hassles of what this building is going to do. Now, the thing is, my problem with this building is real simple. There's only going to be 3 parking spaces at a community center. Okay? We have elderly people that can't walk that far. We have, people that will never utilize that building because they can't even walk to it. And the chances of a parking space going to be available is going to be 100 to 1 shot every time. So that's why we didn't want the building, because there wasn't going to be ample parking. Does it make sense?
You're welcome to make your comment.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, that's my comment, and I just wanted to make it clear. Joanne had nothing to do with that whatsoever. Matter of fact, she did the first time she ever knew anything about it is when I told her. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. McGee.
Thank you.
I'll clarify the comment I made back to you, and I understand that sometimes my voice is soft and it's a little indistinct. I was approached by a number of residents on a visit while I was there, expressing that opinion. And the comment I made was that sometimes people make comments that are different when they're speaking directly to you than when you're not there. That was the comment. The community center has been on the plan as drawn by Ms. Hamburg since the beginning. And it is Ms. Hamburg's plan that was proposed and approved with the community center on it. And so this board has followed through with having her build her plan. That's why the community center is there. There are other needs for the community center, and I very much appreciate your comment on the parking. I am wondering whether there is any prohibition on on-street parking. It's Nigel Court. It is a private road. Is there a prohibition on on-street parking? I didn't think so. Yeah. So there's some additional room for parking there. So.
Still have lots right beside it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will just walk.
Just to repeat Ms. Hamburg's comment, because she's not on microphone, that's okay. There's a spillover lot which is also available for parking use, and on-street parking on Nigel Court is not prohibited. So there's some additional parking over the 3. Were I to plan it from the beginning again, I think we'd look at more parking. I think it's a good comment. Is there any other person here today who would like to ask a question or make a comment on this matter? Yes, please.
Hi, Board. Mary Ellen Mara Christian, Bennett Road in Fitchburg. I just wanted to say thanks. I'm glad the city has been looking at the culvert. But I did, if it's okay to make a comment for the record, is that I realize there is a depression there, but there never was a depression there. The depression there has been caused by the ongoing water issue. If you look at the vegetation in that area, it's all dead, and it's upland vegetation, so it had always grown. Trees in that vegetation, particularly mountain laurel, does not grow in water. So that water always flew through the property that the park is on now naturally. Underground, however it flew through, and that there was never any kind of depression or dead vegetation there. So it's been caused by when the park was being built, and the big huge pile of dirt that was held there, that it is, the story, it just blocked everything and held everything there. So I just wanted to say that, and I'm sure the engineer is certainly aware of this.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just going to note first, we do have a comment from City Department, Board of Health. The comment is that you need enclosed, dedicated dumpster area. So I would ask you to contact the Board of Health to address the comment.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
But just regarding the vegetation, I did have Mary Ann DePinto out there. I think you have a letter from her anyways. But like I said, we're going to meet with Ryan this week and figure it out.
Is there any other person here today who would like to make a comment or ask a question? Seeing none, I am just going to make sure that we are still by ourselves. There are no attendees, so there's no one online. I am going to go to board members to ask any questions. Mr. DeLonge, I'm just going to ask, I believe that there is a conflict for you on this case?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to refrain from having you participate then. Mr. Gallagher?
Just a comment, really happy to see that foundation, and I'm happy for you too, so good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. McLaughlin, before you go, there is another comment from Board of Health. Need to clean. Oh, is that another case? Sorry.
Okay, good.
Mr. McLaughlin, any comments or questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Given Mr. DeLonge's disqualification, there are 3 of us here today. So what we're going to need to do is continue the review. We do not have a quorum to make any modifications. I am glad to hear the progress. I look forward to the results of the testing on Monday. I hope they are positive and we can continue to consider that issue cleared. And I look forward to seeing the building being installed on the foundation. I think it best to keep this matter on the agenda for July to see if there are any other issues or to see if there's anything that needs to have a vote. So I'm going to look for a motion to continue it to the July 8th meeting. Hopefully not too much on the agenda.
So moved.
And
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we're continued to July 8th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good 4th. Right. We're going to call the next matter on the agenda. That is ZBA 23-37, Carol Cares, 167 Canton Street. This is the review of a special permit under Section 181.33 of the City of Fitchburg Code to build a 3-family townhouse style to replace a pre-existing nonconforming structure with the same use after a fire located in Residential C. Sir, welcome to the meeting.
Hello.
Can you please give us your name and city of residence?
Yes, Paulo Caires, River Street, Namasser.
Okay. Thank you for coming. I think at the last meeting, all of the board members expressed how positive they were about the way your project has turned out. So I want to start off by saying what a great example that you have set for developers in the city, and I would love to see every project turn out as well as yours has. So. We were looking for any conditions that had not yet been met. And I think we were just waiting to make sure that the pavement was striped at the last meeting.
It was.
And we did see that it was. So your certificate of occupancy is held until the ZBA issues a finding that all of the conditions has been met. I'm going to go through them. Some of them are continuing and some of them are one-time. So dumpster not to be overfilled and to be emptied regularly is an ongoing condition. Site to be kept clean of trash, construction, debris, and overgrowth during construction. Construction is now completed, correct?
Correct.
All construction vehicles shall be parked off-street and shall not interfere with the flow of traffic during construction. And that's, again, construction has been completed. There's a condition number 4 regarding making the building secure until it's demolished. That is long past and completed. To be constructed substantially according to the plans dated 11/29/23. And we did, there was a slight movement of the plans, but it was not a substantial deviation. So we did deem that one satisfied. No more than 3 dwelling units and no more than 3 bedrooms per unit. That is ongoing. And are you in compliance?
Yes.
Okay. No additional dimensional relief is granted. That's just saying you can't make any other setback violations, and that is correct. All exterior decks shall be comprised of engineered building materials rather than pressure-treated except for the structural elements. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the decks are completed.
Yeah, they are complete.
Okay. And then any conditions of the planning board site plan approval to be satisfied. Number 10 is no certificate of occupancy until the ZBA has found that all of the conditions have been met. And then we had a 24-month expiration, which you're not in violation of, but there would be an extension due to state law anyway. And then we allowed you to have an earlier review if you thought you were done. And I remember at the last meeting, you thought you were going to be done, but you were not.
It was close.
Which is okay. I appreciated your coming to the meeting. Do you have any comment on any of the conditions or the status of the property?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go to the building commissioner first to see if he has any outstanding issues.
Okay.
Mr. Commissioner?
Good afternoon, or good evening, Madam Chair. I've checked our files, and he's passed his final inspection with our department. It's just waiting on him to pay the fee for the certificate of occupancy, and then just all the final sign-offs from all the other departments, including zoning, and then he will be all set for his certificate of occupancy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. All right. I'm going to go to public comment. Do you have anything else to add before I do?
Yeah, the fee has been paid.
There, we are definitely not in charge of fees
Yeah.
here, but go to the
With
building
Mercedes or
department.
Nancy on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Probably because it was online, takes some time, but I thought it was paid. But, okay.
Okay. Every once in a while with a credit card, there's a rejection for some reason, like the wrong date or you put in the wrong number, and sometimes it doesn't get back to you. So I just double check it or bring your copy of the receipt. All right. Is there any person here at the meeting who would like to make a comment or ask a question? Seeing none, and we still have none online, I'm going to go to board members. And we're looking for whether or not we're ready to release the certificate of occupancy because all conditions have been satisfied. Mr. DeLonge?
No questions.
Okay. Mr. Gallagher?
Yeah, I conducted a site visit this morning, and I found that everything was in order, and I recommend that we sign off on it so that he can move forward. He's done a great job. I really appreciate what you've done in our city. So thank you. Hope you do more.
Thank you, Mr. Gallagher. Mr. McLaughlin?
No comment.
No comment. And my only comment is, as before, beautiful job. Great work.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting in the effort. Really appreciate it. In that case, I would be looking for a motion to approve the review, noting that conditions 1, 6, 9, 1, 6, and 9 are continuing in nature. Do we have a motion?
I'll make it.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? All right. Your review is approved. The certificate of occupancy will be released if you can resolve any payment issue or misunderstanding. And I think there was a, yep. Then I think you'll be ready to, are you leasing or are you selling the building?
No, I'm renting it. So
Wonderful.
I'm waiting for this so I can actually,
Oh.
I got some people ready, but I still got to put it up for rent. So hopefully I can get people by the end of the month.
I hope you do. Certainly, the condition of the property would make it attractive, one would think. So I hope you're very successful. Thank you for completing the process, and good luck. Hope to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good night.
All right. The next matter, which is our last review, is ZBA 24-33, Caleb Rivera. This is 59 Culley Street. This is a review of the special permit under Section 181.313D13 and Section 181.33 to operate an automotive detailing business pursuant to Section 181.94 located in the Neighborhood Business District. Is there anybody here for this matter? Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to, 59 Culley Street. 59 or 49?
59, sorry.
We have two on the agenda
Oh,
tonight.
there's two on agenda. This is the 48.
48.
So you're here for 48? Later on in the
Oh, okay.
meeting? Okay. All right. So there are no other persons online. So I believe we have no one present. Okay. All right. So on June 3rd, Ms. Gomez very nicely gave the applicant a call to remind him of this meeting. And is that his address in the system is wrong. It's not 1790 Main Street, it's 1290 Main Street. Were you able to reach him and talk to him over the phone?
Yes.
Did he make a statement as to whether he was attending the meeting or not?
He was aware that we have the meeting set up for today.
Okay. All right. But no statement that he couldn't make it or what he was going to do. Okay. Thank you. There are no Board of Health issues noted. Mr. Commissioner, my recollection is that this property needed an inspection of the drainage system, and that there had been no certificate of occupancy requested for this building. Can you update us, please?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, those have not changed. And also, I believe this is the one, I might be confusing the two Culley Street ones, but I believe this is the one that Mr. McLaughlin also raised the question about the piece of construction equipment, the baler or shredder, whatever it was, that the property owner had across the street or next door.
Yes.
And I believe the property owner did email myself and you, the chair, to address that, saying that that is regulated by Chapter 90 and it is registered, and give us a copy of the registration from the Registry of Motor Vehicles.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So that there is a condition regarding no outside storage of machinery or parts or abandoned or junk vehicles. So that would fall within that condition. And there was as well a condition that there was a piece of exterior lift equipment that had been left in the parking area, and that has been removed. That's condition 1. So I believe that's been satisfied. But the lack of operation and the lack of the certificate of occupancy even being applied for, and the lack of inspection of that drainage, given that it's a building where they're going to be detailing and washing cars, so generating a lot of affluent, does concern me. So I believe our choices this evening Mr. Commissioner, do you recall, I think we had a no-show at the last meeting as well, right?
I believe it was a no-show, but I'm not sure if the rules apply of that people who heard it originally have to be on for this review or not. I don't recall. I would ask if the board could to allow him one more attempt where we can also reach out to the property owner at that point. I know he watches these meetings to see where they are, if they might be abandoning this or what's happening with that. If the board could possibly just give him till July.
I believe the property owner was watching the last meeting, which is why we had the response from him, which I do appreciate. And this is a special permit related to the tenant, it's the tenant's special permit. The first obligation is to the tenant who's operating the business to show up for the meetings. So I guess I'd be looking to grant one more continuance before considering any action, but issuing the statement that the permit holder needs to show up. I'm going to check for comment. Is there any person here who would like to make a comment on this matter? Seeing none, seeing no persons online, I'm going to go to board members. Is there any board member who would want to make a comment on this matter?
No comment.
I have no comment.
Mr. McLaughlin, no comment. Okay, then I'd be looking for a motion to continue the review to the next meeting date of July 8th.
Make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Continuance passes. Ms. Gomez, I'm going to ask, since you were successful in reaching him, please communicate that he needs to, the permit holder needs to appear in person at the next meeting, or the board will consider other action. All right. So it is now time for the new matters on our agenda. The first one we're going to call is ZBA 25-7. This is Troy Hines, 79 to 81 Bemis Road. This is a request for a special permit under Section 181.313 and 181.33 of the Fitchburg zoning ordinance to change a detrimental nonconforming mixed-use structure, a first-floor restaurant and second-floor apartment, to a less detrimental nonconforming use as a two-family dwelling pursuant to Section 181.94, located in the Neighborhood Business District. Now, for this matter, because of his greater familiarity with the property and because I think I like it when I don't have to listen to my own voice all night, Mr. Gallagher is going to lead the questioning on this matter, and I thank him for it.
Thank you. I wonder if you could start by telling us what your intent is for the building, like what you have in mind for it. I know talking about a two-family, but if you could explain your project to us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Troy Hines. I'm a resident at 7981 Bemis Road. I bought the property in a dilapidated state. The restaurant, the bar hasn't been open from what I've been told by my neighbors. I've been speaking with them diligently with the area and what it was and what it is now. And I'm looking to turn into a single family. The first floor, the second floor is currently zoned as a residential. I'm trying to turn the first floor into a residential property, so it can also relieve this housing stress, the housing situation where the housing crisis that's going on. So ideally, it would be essentially turned into a two-family home, and my plan is to hold on to it and just continue to grow with the city of Fitchburg. And I only see opportunity in this city.
Okay. So you're currently residing in the building?
Yes, I do. I live on the residential portion of it.
Okay. How much off-street parking does the building have?
The off-street parking, there's Dover Street. First and foremost, off-street parking, that's city. There is no off-street parking. Literally, the lot line is what the building it sits on. There's no other property on there. And I spoke with, I've done all my due diligence down at City Hall. I'm constantly there speaking with the head clerk. and she told me that I needed to talk to my neighbors and see if somebody's willing to rent parking within 800 feet of the property. And I went to every single neighbor in that vicinity. All those big parking lots. There's a mill building across the street. There's a big parking lot. There's my next door neighbor who has a big lot, and no one is willing to budge on renting property. They're not interested, but they did give me a helpful insight about what was there before. This bar that was there with drunk individuals, inebriated individuals walking on their property, trespassing, urinating, cussing loud, and they're not interested in opening another business of a bar, what was there before. And I'm not saying that another business can't thrive, but the neighbors were just concerned about what was there before. So that's what they also helped. That's what they enlightened me on. So ideally, a residential. There's no on street. To go back to your point, I don't want to not get to your point. There is no off street parking, and the building just sits on its foundation. But to kind of jump ahead a bit, Dover Street, which is a side street, which offers 50 feet of parking on both sides of the road,
Right.
would allow for 2 parking spots for this residential unit. And it's a quiet street. Like I said, I live in the area. It's a quiet neighborhood, and it's a family-oriented neighborhood. There's a couple businesses where that suits the neighborhood's needs, but this business, and there's a tavern up the street, but a business at this corner, I don't see it being fruitful to the community.
Okay. In terms of the first floor apartment,
Yes.
can you kind of explain the floor plan to us? Like how many bedroom it would be, and bathroom, and just if you could explain your idea of a floor plan for the first floor.
I did upload it. Is there any way to show you on the screen, or if it's under attachments?
I can, if you'll give me just a moment.
That will give us a better idea of what we're looking at, sir, okay?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But it will take me a couple minutes to do that.
While she's pulling that up,
Yes.
I want to ask you about the heating system. Will each unit have its own separate heating?
Yes, everything will be energy efficient. An Navion, essentially Navion, or just air handler,
Heat pumps,
with AC and heat pumps. Yes, which would be on. To get to the second floor, there's literally there's an entryway, and that's where all the heating stuff would be, off to the side.
Okay, good. Any plan for solar panels?
Not at the moment. I haven't done a study on solar and if it's going to be useful for the tenants. And then actually dealing with a solar company who's going to have a lease on the property instead of buying it outright. I'm a master electrician, and I'm not going to say there's no benefit to solar right now. It's just finding where it fits at.
I understand. Yeah,
Yep.
You need to do the research on it.
Yep.
I appreciate your answer on it, though. So it looks like we have the floor plan now pulled up.
Hopefully this is probably the best view.
So just to give you an idea, there's an entryway. You walk, so to 79 Bemis, this is the entryway. You walk in immediately to the living room, then the dining room, then you have your kitchen in the back, a pantry, a bath/laundry, and then a second bath back to back. And then you have the hall, then there's some sort of a hall that leads to the stairwell to the basement. And then there's also a back door. So that's the second egress, which is literally under the stairwell that goes upstairs to the second floor. And then you also have a primary bedroom, and you have a second bedroom. So it's essentially just a 2-bedroom home. And then where you see these 2 staircases, this is the side entrance I was referring to, where the heat pumps will be in a small patio for both units to enjoy personal space.
Okay. Could you give me an idea of the square footage of the lot? I think it's about 2,000.
Yeah, I can look at the plot plan.
70 or something like that.
I'll pull up the plot plan right now. Certified plot plan. Version. There we go.
I think it's 0.0 of an acre.
Right.
I think it's about,
It's 54 by 51. Let's do some math.
So this is another application where we only have a mortgage plot plan, not a survey plan.
okay.
This is the assessor's map, which states 2208 square feet for the lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was close.
yeah, you are on the money.
I'm pretty familiar with, I knew the owners before.
Yeah.
A couple owners back, when it was the Red Star.
Red Star Cafe is still set up that way.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, Christine.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Gallagher. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Okay. So going to, since I'm sharing, this is the Google Maps visual of this fine property. And it's an August 2023 photograph. And as we see, all of the second story, the windows are all broken or non-existent on this property, correct?
No, they've been fully replaced. I bought this, those windows are gone.
I'm sorry, at the time that this photograph was taken.
I assume so. Yeah, well, I'm going to say it's, yeah.
So my question is, was this considered an abandoned property?
No, not at all.
Was there anybody occupying it at the time that you bought it?
Yes, there was, yeah.
Where were they occupying
The
it?
second floor, yeah.
On the second floor? I assume it didn't look like this at the time?
I don't know. I only know what from what I purchased the building as. I can't speak on prior.
Okay. So you did not go through any process with the building commissioner to resume use of an abandoned property?
I had a building inspection, and I was giving a certificate. I was told that I was told that I can move in.
Okay. Was that from the city, or was that from a home inspector, do you mean?
From the city.
From the city?
Yeah, there's the city building inspector walked through with the property with me. I did all my due diligence, made sure I had to pull any permits that I needed to be pulled with the fire department. They said there's already smoke detectors in there. They don't need to see it. I walked through with the city building inspector, and he approved me to live in this property. On the residential second floor.
Okay. Do you know how long ago it ceased being a restaurant on the first floor?
As far as what the neighbors are telling me, I'm not sure. I can't quote them for accuracy, but they said 6 to 12 years ago it was open.
About 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. What is your plan for renovation of the building?
The exterior siding is to be fully removed and is to be fully re-sided. It's gonna be a beautiful building. And it's gonna pop, and it's gonna offer someone a beautiful home, a beautiful home to stay at, and peace of mind in this quiet, beautiful neighborhood. So, as far as interior renovations, whatever's on the architect's plan, that's what we plan on fulfilling.
Okay. And are you going to be performing the renovations yourself?
I'm definitely pulling an electrical permit, and I might be pulling the CSL permit. I have my CSL license test in about a week or so, so I might be just doing the whole project, so and hiring contractors.
So do you have a crew, or would you hire independent contractors to perform the work?
Any work that we're not familiar with, we would definitely hire outside contractors. But I have a crew. I have an electrical crew, and then I have another demolition crew that I work. But I've been in the industry for since 2006. As started in the industry and been in construction ever since. And
do you intend to continue residing on there?
Yeah. Once it's fully renovated, yeah. I have other future. I like, again, I have other future prospects in the city of Fitchburg, and this is my first project, and I look forward to growing with the city. I feel like a lot of people are missing the potential the city promotes, and maybe with the outlook of my first building, that might just show more. That might just show people what the city has more, what the city really has to offer.
Have you, I understand you're an electrician.
Yeah.
Have you conducted any other renovation projects in other cities?
Yes, definitely. I've go ahead.
Can you talk to us about your experience in doing
Yeah,
that?
definitely. Wow. I bought my first house. I started in the industry in 2006. Let's start from 2006. And all the old timers, they used to tell me, to stop buying cars and just buy property. And I bought my first property in Everett, Massachusetts, before the casino moved in. And that property in that area just flipped hands over. I bought a single family. I renovated that fully in and out. My next project after that project was sold was it was in Worcester, Massachusetts. I bought a 3-family in Worcester, Massachusetts, just before COVID, and I had a lot of time to work on it. And then the industry was just booming for just resale. I sold that property, and I bought a property in Newton, Massachusetts. And that was my last property that I worked on, and it was another state-of-the-art project that's my last project that I worked on. So definitely three renovations with a list of just working in and out of clients' homes left and right. I run a full-scale electrical company. There's nothing we don't do. So that's kind of like my background. And again, I reside in Fitchburg, so.
Yeah, the other properties you renovated and then flipped, but this one you're planning to remain in.
Yes, I'm getting tired. I just need a place to settle down at, and again, I seen the Route 2 right in the city of Boston. I see this place of growing. I'm not here to flip out here or whatsoever. It's a city of opportunity. So.
Where do you park right now?
I park on the side of Dover Street.
Where would the contractors park during the renovation of the building?
I would definitely tell them to park on Dover Street. Dover Street, the Bemis Road is a pretty fast road, or your Duck Mill Road is also another quieter street, so they can either park on Duck Mill Road or just Bemis or Dover Street.
How long do you think renovation would take?
If we were given the green light to have a building permit by July, I see renovations being done in 3 months. I'm going to push this project.
And you are currently residing on the second story of the building?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is any work going to be completed on the second story on the interior?
No, it's pretty much.
And again, on the exterior, you're going to replace the siding?
Yes.
What else are you going to do?
Just PVC siding, just motion sensor lights, and that's it. Just a brand new door. We're removing, it's technically 2 entryways into the old Red Star Cafe. Per the plan, we're removing one of those doors, and we're putting the second exit on the side portion of the building. So we're just going to close up one entry, and that's it. Other than that, it's just going to be just new PVC siding.
Other than renting parking within 800 feet,
Yes.
have you looked at any options to construct parking on the lot? And I know.
Yeah.
And whether that's by removing, and you need 2 egresses, right? You need 2 egresses for fire. But the options, it would seem, would be, can any portion of the decks or exterior stairs be moved so that there is at least a parking space on the right-hand side of the building? I think on the backhand side of the building, the structure goes right up to the property line, right? And is it the neighbor that's using the parking space back there? who's using
Oh,
the
yes,
parking
that's a
space?
driveway right behind the building, yes.
Okay, and that's the neighbor's property?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Have you looked at the possibility of creating parking within the building?
Yes, I have. Anything's achievable in this world, but this project will, there's going to be so many, it's going to put me more, and this is where the hardship comes into play, because the idea of just having two egresses with the parking, and then not only that, moving stairwells, we have to somewhat consider the setbacks as well as the structure of the building, the existing structure of the building. Mm-hmm. It kind of puts me in. It kind of puts the project in a project. I would say it's just more of a hardship. And vice versa, it's been explored. The architect, we talked about it, and again, it's going to require structural to the third floor. It's going to displace me because it's going to be structural to the third floor, and it might not even work in the sense of just to create, I believe a car is 6 feet wide by 18 long or 14 long for 2 parking spots, and it just won't be feasible. And then we're going to also take away from where the patio where I talked about for the living environment, because there's nowhere that there's nowhere for like you to go outside and cook or grill. So that's what kind of like the side entry is, where it's just going to be all patio. And you can go outside and sit and close your gate and be in serene environment versus trying to achieve this parking space. And then it's also going to take away from the bedroom. So you want to be able to primarily be more like a studio and not ideal for a larger family. And it might set this project back in comparison to just utilizing street parking on Dover. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, a larger family is going to create a larger parking need that is not satisfied either.
I mean, in the sense of like a 2-bedroom versus a larger family, because it's only a 2-bedroom, so to be like let's say two adults and a child. Mm-hmm. So ideally, you would have 1 car, maybe even 2 cars. Maybe the 2 adults have to go to work, but other than that, that's all we're seeking. So that's all that's essentially what we're trying to achieve by putting it. We would have to just deconstruct this property and literally tear off the whole side and put the stairs inside.
How many bedrooms are there on the second floor?
There is currently 3 bedrooms.
Are you planning, did you?
There's 2 bedrooms, excuse me. One of them doesn't have a closet, so it doesn't constitute as a bedroom.
Did you just say something about a 3rd floor?
No, if I did say 3rd floor, please.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't see a 3rd floor on the property.
I think I meant to say there was a 3rd bedroom, but excuse me, there's only 2. Mm-hmm. There's 2 bedrooms. One of them can be constituted as an office, but it doesn't have a closet. So,
Madam Chair, just to let you know, the closet thing is a myth.
Oh, it's
Could you repeat yourself, Mr. Commissioner?
Sorry, Madam Chair. I was saying that the closet requirement for a bedroom is a myth. There is no no code requirement for a closet for something to be considered a sleeping room.
No, I think I assume that anytime I see something that's labeled an office, it's going to end up being used as a bedroom, which may be wrong, but that's my assumption. At any rate, there's no office shown on this or anything that's not a obviously labeled room, unless you're going to have somebody living in the linen closet or in the pantry, which I hope not.
No.
What's the square footage of the first floor?
I believe it was the 2208.
That was the square footage of the lot.
I don't. I would have to look back at the plan. This architect should have labeled that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I do have the dimensions actually, so I'll just get you right. I'll just do it. I have it on my phone. I took a dimension. Street, Bemis Road, 29 by 30, 29 by 31. So what is that? 29 by 31. It's about 1,000 square. It's 899, give or take some nooks and crannies. So I want to say 1,000 square feet, 1,050 square feet of this unit.
Mr. Commissioner?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question for Mr. Hines, if the chair could allow me to ask.
Yes.
Mr. Hines, you have a few forms of intent out right now for different properties,
Yes.
Including this one. One of them is the old fire station up on Water Street, where you're looking to convert that to a single-family home.
Yes.
And you've written to me that you plan on residing there
Yes.
once that's a single-family home. But you're telling the board today that you're planning on residing here.
Oh, I'm going to reside.
I'm a little confused on that question.
Yes, I'm going to reside. So the plan is to renovate the fire station while I live at Bemis Road. And then once I'm given the go-ahead and these 2 units are renovated, I'm going to then rent out these 2 units and then live in the fire station. That is just going to be my home. And then I have another, again, we have form of intents with other property across the street on Water Street that I look forward to hopefully develop one day.
Thank you. The other thing is for the chair, just to validate what Mr. Hines said, Inspector Mark Sullivan did go out to the property at Mr. Hines' request to look at the property, and he's the one that informed him that this was part of Mr. Hines' due diligence. He's the one that informed him that he needs to file a form of intent and go before this board for a special permit to do exactly what he's asking for. So Inspector Sullivan did go out there.
And I'm just going to ask, this was not an abandoned property?
Not as far as we were able to identify. I asked Inspector Sullivan that, and he said no, it wasn't, because the second floor had been occupied previously within less than 2 years.
Okay.
It was not considered an abandoned property.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So there's no requirement that you reside in the property. It's obviously not a requirement of getting a special permit. The board just likes to understand what the investment in the community is, but we also want to understand the situation correctly from the applicant.
Yes.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I have a lot of concerns about the lack of parking. We don't have, we have a mortgage plan, not a survey plan, showing the dimensions, and I don't have any depiction of the exterior of the building and what the renovations are going to look like. I'm just going to tell you that I am likely going to look for this to be continued and to have you supply some more information to the board to help it make its decision. Okay. But I am going to go to public comment and board comment. Is
Yes.
there anything you wanted to add before I do?
Other than, the only thing I would like to add is just, no, not at the moment, no.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So I sit down or do I stand up?
Yes, I don't know that anybody else is going to make a comment
Okay,
that
all
will
right.
allow them to.
All right.
Okay. Is there any person present in the room who would like to make a comment or ask a question on this matter? Seeing none online, I'm going to go to board members. Mr. DeLonge, any questions for the applicant?
No, just in regards to the parking situation, I think it's impractical. The building's too big for the lot size. Even if you tried to squeeze in parking on the one side he has a little bit of room on, good luck getting in and out of Bemis Road. I think Dover Street is probably the perfect location. You do have parking on both sides of the road, close to the building. One of the parts of Dover Street has a sidewalk, but there is some pavement between the sidewalk and the roadway that it looks like is adequate for parallel parking. Along with the opposite side of the road that does not have sidewalk, it is paved up to that fence that's right there at Norton Insurance.
Yes.
So I think that, honestly, I know, on-street parking we don't like to do as much, but it's one of those lots that it's existing. It's in a tough location, but I do think we can get enough parking on Dover Street to satisfy the residents here. And I would guess the people on Dover Street are probably looking forward to having residents that are invested in the neighborhood as opposed to people visiting the cafe and, like you said, causing all kinds of mischief in the area, parking up and down Dover Street. I think it's a great conversion of this existing property.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Mr. DeLonge. Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, I have. Well, I'd like to make a comment first. I do believe the building is still under its protected status, pre-existing non-conforming in terms of the second floor that had been rented. But my question to you, Madam Chair, is if he were to convert the first floor to living space as well, would that protective status cover the parking required for that too? Because someone was in the building, or would that require off-street parking?
Only for the first unit. So
Only
it's...
for the first, okay.
What this is the conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming structure for another use.
Okay.
Right, a two-family use. And in this neighborhood, two families themselves require a special permit. So it's not one where they're allowed by right. And within that conversion, I think we fall more under 333, which is structures generally, than 335, which is non-conforming single and two-family residential structures because of the commercial use that was there in the first place.
It was there before.
Yeah. It's more permissive for the conversion of a single or two-family structure, but we have that commercial use being the pre-existing non-conforming use of the structure. The standard that we need to look at is whether the change is substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood.
Okay.
That's our standard.
All right.
We use the special permit criteria.
Thank you for that clarification.
Mr. McLaughlin?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sounds like a good project. The building has a basement?
Yes.
What's in the basement? Does it currently house the utilities?
Yes, water heater, electrical panels.
Okay. And the new unit, the utilities will go in the basement as well?
Just the water heaters, like it's easier to put, so if the trip breaker happens, we typically just put the electrical panels in the unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a drawn plan for the facade of the building? In other words, will the conversion be such that the facade looks like a residential building versus more of a commercial building?
It would definitely look more like residential. So my architect actually stopped. She said this should be enough for the ZBA, just with the floor plan. But she definitely render what the building is going to look like. She's done it for me multiple times. I've known her for years.
Do you have that?
Oh, I do not have that because she just stopped. She said this is all she just assumed the ZBA is only going to want the floor plan and not the actual structure, like what the building is going to look like. So, but from what I envision, it's going to be, it's just a beautiful residential project.
So your application was for 3-bedroom, but you're saying now it's only going to be a 2-bedroom?
No, it was always for a 2-bedroom. I don't think there was 3 on the
Okay, just want some clarity to that. And second floor is a 2-bedroom?
second floor. Yeah, just 2 bedrooms. Yeah.
Okay, great. Mr. Commissioner?
Yes, Mr. McLaughlin.
Just looking at the future, in situations like this where there's no, this is for all intent and purposes has 1 unit with no parking, and whether the board approves it or not, where it would be 1 unit with no parking or 2 units with no parking, is a situation like this where a building has no parking still eligible for an ADU?
Yes, it is eligible for an ADU, but the ADU is limited to 50% of the square footage of the principal unit in there. So that's where, unless he's extending the second floor downstairs and cutting this one by 2/3 or so, or by 1/3 or so, it might not be feasible for an ADU in this situation.
And just as
Yes, it technically is.
And just as a refresher, the percentage of the ADU is?
I believe it's 50. The ADU, the chair could correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's 900 square feet or 50% of the square footage of the principal unit.
Right, whichever is less.
Correct.
Yep.
So there still could be a 500 square foot ADU put in the basement?
Yes.
In a building?
All right, I thought you were going with the first floor. I didn't think of the basement. Yes, there could be a 500 square foot ADU put in the basement. But if that were the case, this would convert to a 3-family under the building code, and he would have to bring in sprinklers and other stuff to make it comply with the building code, which would not make it cost effective.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Of course.
Okay. I have no
Any other questions? Okay. I'm inclined to look for a little more information from the applicant. And the things that I would personally like to know are to see a depiction of the exterior with a list of the renovations that are going to be done to the exterior.
Could I add to that while you're on that?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to, just say I'm looking favorably upon this with one key component, that we have a concept that will be provided to the board that transforms this to a building that looks like it's residential. And I'm not really, don't really want to see lipstick. I mean, a true transformation so it looks like a residential, with residential windows, and not like bar windows that sit up high, 2 little bar windows, but I'm looking for it to be transformed, if that's the direction we're going to go. I think it's going to be good for the neighborhood and good for the building. Just want to see it visually be done correctly.
Consistent with the neighborhood that exists on Dover Street.
Well, we had a similar conversion on Cascade Street. Remember the old, I think it was a barber building?
Yes.
And, they did a nice job converting it to look like it should. If it's going to be residential, let's have it be residential.
Yeah.
So that's all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. To eliminate so the request is that the depiction show a construction that is a residential building in nature, consistent with the character of the neighborhood on Dover Street.
Okay. Commissioner has his hand.
Okay. I'll finish my list in a minute. Mr. Commissioner?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just regarding that, with the high windows, like Mr. McLaughlin talked about, the high bar windows and such, there are building code requirements that would cause him to actually lower a lot of those sills because of the emergency escape and rescue opening requirements for sleeping rooms, for example. So that would already be covered under the building code. But is there a way to maybe define better what's meant by looking like a residential building? Because I don't really know of a architecture type or standard of what the exterior of a residential building looks like.
Well, I think that's why I used the word consistent with the character of the neighborhood on Dover Street.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And thank you for pointing out the issue in the statement. I do appreciate that. So that's the exterior depiction with the list of work to be completed on the exterior of the property. Okay. I am not going to go through the proposition of asking you for a budget or whether you have funding or anything like that, because two-family, it's not a larger project. But hopefully you are prepared and ready to go forward whenever you are able to. And then I would like a measurement on the square footage of the first floor in total, the gross living area. And then I would like, you have a mortgage plan, not a real survey plan. I don't know if you inspected the Registry of Deeds to see if there's one existing. But I would like you to measure the setback to the right-hand side, because there is some space between the building and the boundary line. I would always prefer a real survey, but even if you come in to me and tell me, I measured it, I went there and I took a tape measure, and I measured between the building and where I believe the property line to be. I would like to have some information on that number. So that would be a measurement at the front, and you understand what I mean by the right-hand side, right? So I'm looking at the building from Bemis Road?
Yes.
And the right-hand side of that.
Right-hand side, are you looking to go to the back? Like, if we're looking at Bemis, you're looking to go to the back, or you just the front to the left to right, or?
Left to right?
Yep.
At the street? What's the space available there? Let me bring up, because we had a prior gentleman this evening where we had a misunderstanding of what I was talking about, and I want to be very clear. So I'm going to share something to the screen, if you can direct your eyes up there. This is the assessor's map.
Yes.
And this right here is your lot.
Yes.
And you see the lot lines. This is Bemis Road.
Yes.
And this is Dover Street.
Yes.
So you understand the orientation? Okay.
Yes.
I would like to see what this measurement is. Sorry. Right here, between the building and the lot line.
Okay.
And I'm on Bemis Road, so this is the front of the house.
Yes.
I want to know, this is our little squeeze point right there. How close is it?
Okay.
And as you can see, and assessor's maps are not always correct.
That is not, it doesn't reflect the mortgage plan, yeah.
Yeah, there is a space between the back of the house and the neighboring property on Dover Street. I would love to have some confirmation that that is not accurate, although again, if I'm looking at it, if my comparison is an assessor's map and the mortgage plot plan, probably going to go with the mortgage plot plan. If I had a survey, then I'd have a determination.
Understood.
So, but to the extent that you can inquire, I would want to make sure that there is no space back here, because it looks like there's a driveway available. Right.
I did that as soon before I bought the property, because I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. This is just that's might be my driving, and it's not the case. No.
Okay. And then at the back right-hand side of the property, this point right here, I would like to know how much the side setback is right there.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That is my list for the next meeting. Does any other board member have another item they would request from the applicant? No. Okay. If you do put together a list of the properties where you've inquired about leasing parking, just because there's that strip mall on the same side of the street, and there's so much parking in the back of it.
I spoke to him. He's not interested.
Yeah.
He has availability. They even they said, maybe we can park here in the back of the building. Nobody's interested. I took the right, and there's like a butcher shop. The guy's not, that's around their 800-foot range. He's not interested. My next door neighbor's not interested. Nobody's interested. And my whole deal, I'm like, this can't, even if everybody says no, at least I can talk to them about the neighborhood. Just nobody's interested. Even the guy with the mill building across the street, he's just not interested. He has a bunch of visitor parking, he's just not interested.
Yeah, across the street is, there's a safety issue crossing Bemis Road, so that one, I mean, good, but definitely not as good as one on the same side of the road.
Okay.
But if you can kind of give me a list, and I'm just going to say that my concerns about the parking would be alleviated if there were even 2 spaces somewhere in the neighborhood available. So, all right. With those requests, I'd be looking for a motion to continue the hearing until July 8th.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Sir, we're going to have you sign a continuance agreement, continuing to the next meeting as well, and extending all deadlines. Do you have one available or no? Do you have one of the extension meetings, extension agreements available? Great. Can you approach, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so it's July 8th. Thank you. I've said it about 16 times, but, sometime it's going to stick. And so that's an extension agreement. Can you sign where it says on line 1?
This is Bemis Road.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, have a good evening. We'll see you in July.
Thank you.
Right, calling. It is 8 o'clock. Does anyone need a break before we call the next matter? All right. ZBA 25-8, Eric Quintana, 48 Culley Street. This is a request for a special permit under Section 181.313D12 of the City of Fitchburg Zoning Code to conduct an automotive repair facility changing business ownership, previously Brian's Auto Repair, pursuant to Section 181.94, located in the Neighborhood Business District. Welcome, everyone, to the meeting. Sir, is there a reason you're raising your hand?
Yeah, our name listed in that standard.
Then that's the next and last one on the agenda. Okay. Welcome to the meeting, everybody. If you can, please, each of you state your name and city of residence for the minutes.
My name is Eric, 706 Lancaster Street, Leominster, Massachusetts.
My name is Glennis Rulon, 15 Washington Street, Leominster, Mass.
Thank you. I know you need no introduction, but...
My name is Juan Reynoso. Live on 47 Milton Street in Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome, everybody, to the meeting. So, as I would think nearly everyone knows, we've had some previous contact with you, and that has been contact where we had a granted leave to withdraw the application. And that was not due to any fault of the applicant, that was the owner. And I do hope that you have taken appropriate steps to protect your interests, and that we'll have a successful contact this time. And in case anyone was unaware, and I just want to highlight the success of the cooperation between different city departments in this matter. Following the hearing that was held regarding the owner, He did actually pay in full the property taxes that had been owed going back to 2010, and in a very large amount to the great benefit of the city. And I just want to thank all departments who cooperated in making that happen. When we are having some financial difficulties, it's always good when somebody fully pays their property taxes. So now that that issue has been cleared, we are ready to hear your application on what you would like to do as a tenant in this business. Go ahead.
Ella quiere saber qué es lo que tú quieres hacer en el negocio de ahora en adelante.
Yo quiero
Ya
poner
que
un
todo fue
auto-repair para reparar el carro mío del dealer y para el público en general.
¿Cuántos dos? Serían dos repair.
No uno,
O uno.
un solo.
¿Qué quieres hacer?
Poner un taller para reparar los carros del dealer y el público en general.
Good evening. So, my cousin, who came to the country last year, who wants to invest here in Massachusetts, he wants to open the garage to make. He got a dealer in Leominster, and he wants to repair his own car, and also he wants to be able to repair for the civilian.
Okay. So he wants to make repairs to used cars as well as any new cars.
Correct.
Are those repairs going to be mechanical, or would they also include auto body work?
¿Eso trabajo va a ser solamente de mecánica o va a ser también autobody?
No.
It's only going to be mechanical.
Okay. And are there any sales of vehicles, used or new, that would occur on the property?
No van a haber ninguna venta de carro ahí.
No, la venta del
No.
All right, he have his own dealer in Leominster, so it's not going to be no sales cars there.
Okay. Is there going to be any storage of vehicles other than what you're working on?
Tú vas a querer como tener carro parqueado
Guardados
ahí
ahí,
a
eso.
ahí dentro.
Si solamente lo que se va a reparar.
Exacto, solamente lo se van a hacer.
The way he usually do it is he only is going to repair what he's going to have there, what he's going to repair.
Okay.
Storage is also Leominster in the dealer.
Okay. So only what you're working on is going to be on
Yes.
site? Okay. How many employees? How many people will be working?
Total 3.
3. Okay. How many bays?
How many days?
How many bays?
Oh, how many days? ¿Cuánto garaje?
Ahí hay 5, bueno, yo voy a utilizar 3.
In total is 5, but I'm going to use 3.
Okay.
Yeah, right now he's just renting the 3 spaces, even though the whole building is 5 doors.
Okay, so the lease is only for the 3
The lease
spaces?
is only for 3.
Okay. Are there going to be any renovations to the building or the interior?
Va a ser una renovación del edificio, solamente lo va a usar así como está.
Solamente lo voy a utilizar así. Ya yo había hecho una renovación, bien instalado cámaras.
All right. No, he's just gonna. If there's any things that have to be done, he will get it done. But he think that it's fine the way it is right now.
Okay. Are you going to have a dumpster?
It's currently there.
It's inside? Where is it located?
Afuera, en el lado izquierdo.
It's in the right, in front of the building, in the left side of the building.
The left side of the building.
La izquierda.
Is it going to be fenced or gated or otherwise screened from view?
Sí,
Está fencado ya.
está pensado.
Oh, it's already been fenced.
Okay. In the last application, there was, and in the current one, there's a plan that shows parking on the right-hand side of the building, 4 cars stacked. And I believe the space that's on the plan is 11 feet in between.
Correct.
Okay. So we don't usually allow tandem parking for 4 cars stacked. Are those employee vehicles? Are those vehicles you're working on? Is it customer vehicles?
Ok, los 4 que tú tienes espacio para 4, ¿va a ser para emplear? ¿Va a ser para trabajar los carros?
No solamente para trabajar los carros. La yarda del frente yo la tenía rentada y por el problema yo la entregué.
All right, so that is probably going to be for the cars that's going to be work on it, but I already have the yard across the street already rented, but because it's been taking too long to get my permit, then I give it back, but I'm thinking about
Renting across the street?
Yes.
It's actually available for the time that he wanted to rent it
Come
again.
back.
He just hold it because all the problems that come up with the application, he didn't want to be paying without using it, but the owner is aware and he's willing to rent it as soon he have the permit.
Is that Mr. Saney, or is that the owner of Slattery's?
I think, ¿quién es dueño? ¿Slattery o
El
Saney?
dueño de la pizzería.
Oh, it's Slattery.
Slattery's.
It's not Saney.
Okay.
Saney's a little farther down.
Yeah, but there is a big
If
parking
we
lot
close it,
across the
yeah.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually wonderful to hear, because the parking being enough is one of the primary issues here with this,
Yeah, it's a little
the
narrow
application.
front.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So, just going to check, so for a motor vehicle repair shop, there are 2 spaces per service bay required, or as we otherwise determine. So that means 6 spaces, if you're renting 3 bays,
3 bay.
6 spaces, okay?
Correct.
And I'm certainly willing to look at the bays as some of the parking. But I don't think there's adequate appropriate parking on here because there is that, not only the setback issues on that side parking, there's also that gigantic rock in front of it. I don't know how you would get in there. And I would love to see the piece of equipment that would move that rock, or more likely break it up into pieces. It's huge. The other issue that persists with this property is the junk storage. I'm sorry, are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know you need to translate. If I don't give you time, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The other issue that persists with this property is the junk storage on the left-hand side by the property owner. Property owner has not changed, right?
I'm sorry?
The same person still owns the property.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ella dice como que hay una basura.
All right. So the board is, I think the board's going to have some discussion on how to deal with that issue.
All right.
Okay. How many cars do you anticipate, do you think will be on site for repair at any one time?
Que reparando la misma vez. Bueno, va a haber 2 mecánicos.
3 adentro y 3 afuera.
Luego va a haber 3 mecánicos.
So, because it's going to be 3 bases and it's going to be 3 mechanic, I'm usually taking one at a time and probably have one coming with the schedule. So when one comes, the other one can leave.
Okay. So
probably will
basically,
be one at a time.
okay, for each bay?
For each bay.
Okay.
Total 3 at the same time.
All right. And where do you think the customers are going to park across the street?
Yep. Los clientes, para que
El cliente se va a
parqueen.
parquear al frente, ¿no?
That's why I rent a yard across.
Okay. All right.
How many spaces?
15, yo tengo para 15 espacios, yo le voy a rentar.
All right.
Excuse me, but he said he rented for 15 spaces across the street.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Do you have anything written at this point in time or proposed?
Aquí. Ya yo lo entregué. No lo tengo aquí.
Pero tiene
Aquí
algo
no.
anterior.
Sí, anterior. Sí.
Before I had it, but now I left it at home because I don't rent it anymore for the moment. So as soon as I get the permit, I can bring those papers back here so you guys can be able to see it.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go to questions now. Is there anything else you wanted to say beforehand? Before I go to ask for questions?
Good evening. The reason that I want to say something is because I've been in the town for over 30 years now. I'm always looking forward so things can move along. My cousin, like I said, came to the country last year, and he got very good vision for the town. And he got a dealer, a Leominster. He been already, it calls Unique Auto. He's been doing very good so far, and the reason he wants to get a garage is because he don't have enough space there. He only got one garage, and since he came up in the town, things has been getting. He been moving along with everything that everybody required for him. Even there and now here, and that's why he's trying to do everything step by step and try to do the right thing.
So just to say and to make it very clear to everyone listening, the problems with the first time had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with you, okay? Had to do with the property owner.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any person present here today who would like to ask a question or make a comment? There are none online. I am going to go to board members first. Mr. DeLonge, any comment on the proposal?
No, none, thank you.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Or questions for the applicant?
none, thank you.
Thank you. Just a comment here. Board of Health made a comment. Need to clean up left side of the building. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you for the comment, Board of Health. Much appreciated. Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Are you currently operating out of the garage?
No.
No.
¿No está actualmente operando en el garaje?
No.
No.
Okay. Is the side of the garage that you're renting, is that on the left side or is it on the right side? The 3 bays? And are they consecutively together?
¿Cuál es el garaje?
Or depend.
La parte derecha, sí, de frente.
He will take the, no, dice los 3 bases front side. Otra primero.
Stay here. You want to take a look?
Yeah, could you show me?
Si tú me digas, son 3 bases, los 3 primeros.
Los dedos ya no para acá.
It will be from the right to the
So this is where the other 2 are located, correct?
Yes.
On the left sides. So on the right side of the building, the 3 that are together. Okay. Did everybody hear me?
I
Good.
think so.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do, so that everybody can play along at home, is put up the Google Maps photo of the building. This is from 2019 when it was operating as Brian's Auto Repair.
Yes.
Okay.
So the 2 left doors that are white are not rented, correct?
No.
And the 3 right doors are rented.
Can you zoom in to the right side?
Do you want me to look along the side of the building?
Yeah, the
Okay.
boulder.
Okay. It seems a lot bigger in person, if that's the same. Well, it's got the inscription on it. So I'm going to move over a little closer.
Thank you.
Google Maps is an imperfect tool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Sí, está limpio.
The dumpster that is there, I did not see at my last visit to the property.
I didn't see it this morning either.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Is there any office space that you'll be utilizing within the 3 bays?
Hay alguna oficina, eso solamente para trabajar.
Hay una oficina para el escritorio, no vi que una oficina es.
No, it's not. It used to be a desk there, but it's going to be removed.
Okay. And is there a bathroom in there that,
Yes, it is.
okay, very good. No further questions.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McLaughlin, would you like me to leave the picture up, or?
I don't think it hurts, but I think this is a good opportunity to clean that building up. It's been a mess for years, and I think, unfortunately, a very viable, restaurant that's been there for years that has suffered with this eyesore. So I don't have any questions. I think I'd like to talk about a list of conditions that's going to make the building look more presentable and be run in a more professional manner. Again, we're looking optimistically at some new tenants, and I think this is an opportunity to help them, guide them towards be successful, but also greatly improve the aesthetics in the neighborhood. So I don't have any questions of the applicant, but definitely a lot for discussion.
Okay. All right. So with that, our building commissioner had to step away temporarily, so I don't think he's back for comment or participation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold some discussion among the board. I'm not yet going to close the public hearing because we need to discuss what the next step would be. But I am going to limit the discussion to board members. So if we go back out to you, it'll be for just a brief question.
Okay. No problem. Thank you.
All right. So the issue that presents itself with this property is we're weighing the issue that we have an applicant who is not at fault here, who has been substantially delayed in the opening of their business. And yet we have some missing pieces. So we have a little more cleanup that needs to be done on the property on the left-hand side by the property owner. And then I don't consider what was on the plan adequate parking. I don't think that parking on the right-hand side is ever actually going to be developed, and I don't think it's spatially adequate. I don't think it's set back off the line properly. But we have an allegation that there is leased parking available across the street. We don't have that in writing. And that parking is another piece that I really would like to see in place. So what presents itself from my perspective is timing issue of allowance of the special permit, which I am generally in favor of, provided these issues can be resolved. And so that's my comment, and I will stop talking and see if anybody else has one.
Yeah, I was just trying to look up who the property owner is at the moment.
John Cormier.
That's Dave Cormier.
Okay. But, obviously besides the cleanup on that side, getting the parking and writing across the street, I think would be important. But, yeah, nothing else on my end.
Okay. Mr. Gallagher, comment on any other issues you want to see addressed and the timing?
Well, most definitely, I'd like to see the Winnebago cleaned up, taken away, and the left side of the building. The applicants have indicated they're not renting that side of the building, and I personally feel that's a responsibility of the landlord. So if we could enforce that, I don't want to hold these folks up any longer.
Mr. McLaughlin, comment on this
Madam
issue?
Chair. I think with the long history of the property owner, we don't owe that property owner any favors with regards to, what the board's concern are, and that's the fact that for years, we have had abandoned, inoperable vehicles and junk on the property. And I think that needs to be a priority and needs to be cleaned up before any permits are issued, because otherwise, it will not change. This has gone on for years, for 15 or 20 years. I understand, I don't want to hold the applicant up. I surely would like them to start a business and to do it here in the city. But, I don't think we should circumvent the problem that's gone on for years with hopes that it's going to be addressed. Because if we issue a permit, the city will be dealing with all the problems that are on the property for time to come, based on the history. Other than that, typically with these types of businesses, I've kind of just jotted down a list of what we typically, as a board, put in. Hours of operation, okay, are usually a concern. A sunset clause is usually something that the board looks at or has put in the past. Professional signage, no vinyl banners, okay? I'll just kind of read off what we've done in the past.
That would be great.
Maybe we can talk about them.
That would help me, thank you.
Parking areas that are utilized are to be paved. Again, I'm just putting these aren't my own, just based on past things that we've done. No inoperable vehicles. No outside storage of auto parts. Usually we have the dumpsters kept to the rear of the building or to the side, not as visible as can be, I look at this as an opportunity, like on the right side where it doesn't meet the width criteria and the side setback for parking. Well, hey, let's put the dumpster off to the side, so it's not as visible to the street. Maybe the boulder needs to be moved. I don't know that. No auto body repair. I think it should just be in there as a statement. They've indicated they're not going to do that. No vehicle sales, okay? I would like to put in a condition that in hopes that the left side is rented at some point or utilized, that their dumpster be put on their side, on the right side, so that it leaves it effective for the left side of the building to be utilized and have its own dumpster to some extent. But I think that probably covers most of it. And, I think the key component is the board want to put in some type of, I don't want to say a condition to the applicant, but some notification to the property owner that if we're going to issue the special permit, that these things need to be done ahead of time, the cleanup in specific.
So, to comment, and thank you for an excellent list of conditions. The only one I would not be in support of is pavement of the parking if the parking utilized is across the street on another lot where it's
Again, I'm
leased.
just throwing stuff out that we've done in the past, so
Yeah.
they're not right.
I don't feel comfortable allowing the special permit without having the parking agreement in place. So I, for that reason, would like to continue to the next meeting so that the parking agreement can be in place and presented to the board. We are getting quite lengthy, I think, on the next meeting. Yeah.
And to your point, the parking lot across the street, the proposed parking lot, is all paved.
It is.
And if we're not going to allow parking on the right side of the building, then anything subsequent is paved. So, but maybe some type of language to the property owner, if we're going to continue this, that, you know, to provide him some feedback to keep this moving of what our expectation would be for next month.
I know there's a comment you want to make. Just brief.
I'm going to be really honest about what's going on with this building. All these taxes and all this is being paid off because we pay for it. We're in the process to see if we can buy the building in the future. And we are responsible for having the property clean and get it straight. This is our main concern, is to have the permit so we can start working, make sure everything start making some money. But like I say, we're being responsible. Everything that is being paid off and everything is going on in there is because we want to buy the property. Soon as we can get a step there, because we know the owner. The owner doesn't really care. We've been paying rent there for a while now. And it seems like he's not getting affected about it. We are. So I think if we get the opportunity to get in there, I promise that we're going to make everything the way it should be. We can pave, we can clean, and if we can get the permit, you can come in a month and you will see the difference, or probably in 2 weeks. We're going to step in there and we're going to make it work. And whatever we need to have done there, we will. Because I know that we need to make everything just by the law. And this is the way we kind of walk in this country. So if we get the opportunity to get in there, to start working, I will promise that we pave in the front, we will clean. And if you guys want the rock to be removed from there, you give me a week and we will get it done too. So I really want you guys to understand that this is what our proposal is, that we are responsible for the building. If we keep this on the owner responsibility, we pay him rent and he's still not going to care much about it. So please, if we can get the opportunity to get in there and try to get going, I can sign a paper. You guys all know me, and I promise that we're going to get it done. You guys give me a time frame, and I will have made sure I get everything that you guys want done by the time you guys need it to. Please.
I think this is beyond us, but if there are vehicles on the property and if they have to go somewhere, if they're being trashed or junkyards are going to ask for titles. So I don't think the board needs to go down this rabbit hole, but if the chair wants to have something in writing for the parking, and we're going to continue it for the shortest possible period, which would be 30 days, if we have that ability based on our schedule, well, then that gives them 30 days to address what we've just discussed.
You've stated that you have already reached an agreement with the Slattery's owner?
Yes.
Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, we just didn't bring it over, but we do have it. ¿Tú todavía tienes los papeles del hombre de frente?
Sí, lo tengo allá.
Where is it?
He's home. He can grab it.
Leominster?
He's home. He's home. He got the papers at home, but he can bring it over.
Fitchburg?
No, he lives in
Leominster.
Leominster.
Yeah. We can have time by the time you guys talk to him. I can come. We can go bring it. Go pick it up.
Not tonight. I'm not staying.
Sí, para hoy no.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of a resolution.
All right, please.
Second meeting?
Only matter?
Why can't we just do it next month?
Because it's going to be 30 days, and they just expended $86,000 to pay off the taxes.
Who did?
That's what he just said.
It's quite a favor.
That the payment did not in fact come from the property owner.
Can we show a little lenience to them? They've really stepped up to it. They've paid rent when they haven't utilized the building, and I'm inclined to take them on their word. I'm only one board member, but sorry.
I have no faith in the property owner, and I agree with Mr. Reynoso on that. I have no faith in the property owner.
No, none of us do.
But I have faith.
I do have faith in Mr. Reynoso.
Do a second meeting.
What is our second meeting date for June?
I'll have to do it virtual.
We can do it virtual. June is, and
Unless it's the last
we
week
don't
of
have time to notice that under O&L. Because that's Thursday. We don't have the 48 hours. The planning board's second meeting date. All right. Would be the 26th, Thursday, the 26th.
That's Historic Commission has that date at 5 o'clock, and we're there until 6:30.
Perhaps we could use the building at 6:30.
Yep.
Okay. Would you be willing to, knowing that everybody but me can be remote?
Be what?
Remote. You don't have to appear here in person.
I could appear in person because I'll be here for that meeting.
If
On
any.
a Thursday?
On a Thursday.
Yeah, I should be able to, but I mean, we have a whole board.
Okay.
We would anticipate we're going to have.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to do, because I don't want to make you wait till the July meeting, but there are certain things that we need that we don't have today. And you've made a representation to me about your ability to complete some items that I wouldn't trust the building owner to complete, but I do have faith in Mr. Reynoso from his demonstrated commitment to his business and the community. So this is what we're going to have a motion on, to continue this, but to June 26th, Thursday, approximately 2 weeks from now, where we would have a meeting. This would be the only item on the agenda. And what we would want to see is, number one, that agreement on the parking spaces, okay? And when you write a written agreement, but you don't want to go through with it unless something happens, you put that as a term of the agreement. You say, we have a written agreement for parking, but if we don't get the special permit, it doesn't take effect, okay?
Okay.
So, but written and signed by both parties, so by the property owner. And I would like to see that with at least a 5-year term. So 5-year term where for 5 years, as long as you pay money, they can park. Okay?
Yeah, and like I said, this is all going to be taken care of by us. If you contact the owner, he probably not going to be able to do it. So the meeting is on June 26th, on Thursday. What time?
6:30.
6:30.
Just an FYI, I believe the restaurant is for sale, so.
The restaurant is for sale?
Yeah.
Now's the time to lock it in.
Another way to say that is that there's a condition precedent in your agreement for parking.
Okay.
Okay? And then the second thing is the left-hand side needs to be cleaned up.
No, we're going to take care of everything, Chris. We're going to see.
by the
My
meeting.
word, is my bone.
Yeah.
I've been in the town for 30 years, and thanks God, nobody had say anything bad about me. So,
Okay.
so we're gonna work on it, and we're gonna prove next time we come over.
So I just want to describe what cleaned up means. That means all of the junk and trash that the owner is keeping out there is gone, that Winnebago is gone. I don't care where he moves it, but if it's out of Fitchburg, that's great.
Okay.
Would you describe anything else on the left-hand side? There's a container over there, I know.
Yeah, anything that's, it's been there for years and years and years.
Yeah, well, a dumpster needs to be allowed.
Of course.
Over there. So if there's a dumpster screened, fine. But that's what we'd be looking for, that to be cleaned off. You heard the discussion about the dumpster placement on the right-hand side.
Yes.
For me, I don't need that finished, but I would like to include that as part of what is going to happen. So anybody's welcome to comment, but what I would be looking for those two things by the June 26th meeting to be completed.
Parking lot.
The cleaning
And the, yep.
on the left side.
All right.
Any other comment from a board member? All right, then I'd be looking for a motion to continue the application to June 26th
I'll make that motion.
at 6:30.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay. If you wait for just a moment, we need to have you sign the continuance agreement.
Pizza place, antes, ¿verdad? Sí, yo sé. Tú vivías a aquel lado de la calle de mí, ¿verdad? Yo le acuerdo. Yo un poco más viejo ahora.
So there was a motion, is there a motion to continue this application
Yes,
until?
I made that motion.
And was there a second?
Yes, I mean, Mike made the motion, I second it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. So we are continued until June 26th, 2025 at 6:30. And the agreement to continue is what you'd sign right there.
Thank you for coming down to help out.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I didn't recognize you. I'm like, it kind of looks like you.
Because he's not wearing
All
red.
right. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Don't let me steal that.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you own espressos?
So I'm calling our last matter for the evening. This is ZBA 25-9, Imad Iskander, 109 Oak Hill Road. This is a request for a special permit under Section 181.33 of the Fitchburg zoning ordinance to reinstate an abandoned or vacant structure from the last legal use to operate a retail store under Section 181.33, making no structural changes pursuant to Section 181.94, located in the Residential C District. Welcome to the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have the honor of being the last contestants here this evening. Could you each please state your name and city of residence?
My name is Mina Shnoda. I am represent my client. I'm the buyer agent for this building.
Okay.
And I'm resident in Northborough.
Okay.
And I'm Imad Iskander.
Okay. And do you have this building under contract for purchase?
Yes.
Okay, with a contingency on the special permit being issued,
Exactly.
I hope, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to say at the beginning, sometimes these are short things and sometimes they take a couple of meetings. I hope you have, thought about the possibility of needing an extension in the purchase and sales agreement to accommodate that. The board is just looking to have enough information to make the right decision.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so could you please tell us a little bit about the project that you want to have?
Okay, so my client have 4 years working in resale clothes and some furniture and do curtains. and he need to buy this place to expand his business. As of now, he living in Framingham and his business in Framingham. He sell online. Ashland, sorry. Sorry, Ashland. It was briefly in Framingham. And he sell online for most in Massachusetts and outside Massachusetts. They have like Facebook channel. They have more than like 3,000 person watching them. And he need like big area, so he can have like people, invite people to come see everything, instead showing people like piece by piece on the online.
Okay.
This in general.
So this would operate like a traditional clothing store?
Yes.
Okay. And did you say furniture as well?
No, for right now, no.
Oh, no, my mistake. No furniture, yeah.
Just only curtains.
And the application was talking about fabric as well. Is it like fabric for sewing?
Yeah, it's not fabric, this fabric for just only curtain, It's not much fabric or something like this, Just only for curtain.
Do you want to show a picture? Can we show you a picture if you would like?
Yes, that would be great.
And by selling like regular clothes retail, it's not going to be something like fancy. It's going to be like, like TG Maxx or something like this. They have like clothing right and left. So he going to divide the first floor in San Joseph Club. As if now, he's not going to do anything in the first floor. We know it's finished, but we're going to use only the second floor. It's going to be half for clothes and half to show the curtain, to people and invite people again just to see. Instead, like seeing online, so people can see the clothes, touch it, feel it, how it's, and see the colors as well.
Try on the clothing?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you know?
So what I saw, just to inform the
This is your
public, what was
existing
just
business?
depicted
Yeah.
on the sales page was draperies. So curtains, other cloths that are used to furnish a home, but not cloth fabric that's for wearing apparel.
nice.
So is there a separate website where that's going on right now?
No, everything they say like actually in the community. When he go to the church, so have many people know him, as well online. That's it. He didn't use website because social media right now can attract people more than the website.
Right.
Yeah.
So the largest proportion would be online sales, but this would also function as a showroom.
Yes.
For the curtains. And I want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding.
Oh, no,
Is there clothing as well, or just curtains?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell both of them. One more thing. Do you have company send like USPS or FedEx? You ship it online, right?
Yeah, we ship it
Do you have
online.
a website? I think you mentioned now.
We shipped like from the China and Egypt.
Okay.
These two countries. If you want to see something, I can.
Okay. I don't think I do. Does anyone else?
I'm all set.
Okay. The curtains was good. That was that was a good explanation. What is the name of the business?
This right now I change it. I have this two business because my wife separate one and me. But right now, this I damage all both of them. Now E&K King Store.
Okay.
He gonna merge both of business in under one.
So if the board agrees to grant a special permit, it needs to grant it in someone or something's name. So please think about who is the person or the company that should hold the special permit if one is granted.
Actually, he have opened one. We have it.
Yeah.
He have it already. Can you say that?
Yeah.
He opened like 2 weeks ago. We just was waiting for the mortgage and all of this, and he have it right now under his name and his wife's name. I think it's LLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, LLC.
Okay. What's the name, if you can tell me the name of the LLC?
Here, 1 second. Oh, this. I send it for you, isn't it?
Sorry, just a second, sorry.
I think let's come back to this question in a moment, because I don't want to, I don't want
Sorry.
to let this drag. So this was a property where we had granted a special permit for somebody to open a restaurant and nightclub, and that person had failed to complete the project. And I gather was either foreclosed upon or had a deed in lieu of foreclosure, which I assume has ended up with the purchase and sales agreement that you have before you. There were some improvements that needed to happen under the conditions for that property. But I did want to note that I see that there is a plan that states that you're going to have 2 residential units on the bottom of this building at the same time.
I think the current owner right now, even he have active permit, special permit.
It expired once he changed ownership of the property.
Okay. Yeah, no, we, you need to open like residential in the first floor?
No. For right now, no. Just,
Okay.
I have here if you want to see.
I just want to look at the plan that I saw, because I want to clarify. I did see can anybody else confirm what they saw? That there were 2 residential
Yes.
units in the
Yeah, I was
bottom?
confused by that in this
Yes.
application, so that explains it.
Yes.
Yeah, so yes, there was a 2-family modification that was proposed originally.
But did we submit any plan saying residential? I thought actually meeting, sorry to interrupt, I think you have like a meeting last year about the same property done in April something, even I found it online. I can show it to you. It was
So
meeting.
I would like to show you what I'm seeing. That's 2 apartments, so that's not yours?
Our tenants is there. You have to
Yep.
He's the perspective.
Yeah, if there is something in there that does not belong to you, definitely please clarify that.
Okay.
That will help us quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Sign it first.
There we go. So I am going to share this screen.
Yeah, but I don't think he's here. What's that?
Yeah, so this depicts the first floor and 2 apartments.
So actually on this one, we have it online. We hire some professional.
All right, so just to be clear, you're not putting 2 apartments in there?
No.
Okay, thank you. Good. So you want me to sign? All right, and so I'm going to look for the plan that hopefully you are following through with. Because if this is also incorrect, I'd like to know. So this is labeled proposed second floor plan? And this is accurate, this is what you're going to do?
Yeah, it's have Oric. Yes, this one, ceiling height. Yes, this is the one, yep.
Okay. They don't belong to this application.
Actually, belong to the seller, the current seller. He tried, my understand, he tried to convert it to free residential. This is what the listing agent told me.
Okay.
And even I told him, can you stop the permit? He said no, because if for any reason the sale didn't go through, we're not going to lose our in queue or something.
Place in line.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does take application, and then we have to advertise and send notice, so it takes a while to get to hearing.
Yes, yeah, I think. But this hours. And we did nothing. We just make the surveying, no alteration at all, except there is a bar in the second floor. This existing condition, it's going to be removed.
Okay.
Any plumbing, it's going to be removed.
Okay. It's my understanding some of the plumbing was removed.
No, honestly, as of now, it's so. I mean, some of them, the 3-lane sink has been removed. The bar is still there, but when we buy it, we're going to remove everything. The bathroom is going to stay the same.
Okay. What is going to be on the first floor, the lower level?
In storage, I think right now storage. I don't have any plan for that, you know.
Okay.
Maybe in future, if
maybe.
you want to offer something, say you can do this or that, we can do it.
Okay. So this makes things much clearer.
Yep. Thanks.
Can you lead me through what's going to happen if I'm a customer? I'm going to come to the building. How am I going to enter it? On the front or on the sides?
So we planning right if now, my understanding there is a 3 parking approved. I might be wrong, but we saw like 31. So we're going to use the one, if I'm facing the building, it's going to be from the left one. Because the right one, it's almost you're going to enter next to the bathroom, so it's not good. As well, if someone have like a child or something, it's not safe. However, the left side, the current owner built a fence. I don't know even if it's like per permit or not, so it's going to be much safe for anybody go there.
Because the traffic can't enter.
Yes. And any truck, we're going to use the same side, left side. It's going to be easier, like not affecting the traffic or anything.
Okay.
The one facing the building, I think it's no need, except for like storage. Again, if you're going to use the storage, you're going to use it from this.
Okay. Are you going to wall it off, or are you just going to leave it closed and locked?
It's going to be locked, like completely locked. You're going to have the key for it downstairs, and it's going to be shut it from the 2 entrance on the side.
Okay. And is the back entrance going to be for a handicapable, accessible entrance? So if someone is disabled, would they enter from the back? Because I see stairs on both of the side entrances.
So as of now, we didn't see any ramp, so I'm not sure if like this side should have like a ramp, the right side. Oh no, I lost, I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, there's
this is the back.
stairs on both sides, so this is the back of the building.
Yeah.
Would this be the handicapped entrance?
Oh, I think so, yes.
I think there's a ramp there.
I think there's a ramp there.
Yeah. But should be get access actually from the street, not from the back, because the back, if you look in Google, you're going to find fence from the neighbor, if I remember correctly.
What modifications are you going to be doing for the building other than taking the bar out from the second floor?
Do you think going to put like divided wall for the 2 business, or going to be mixed?
I don't know. That's what
So, again, he think like TG Maxx have mix of, shoes, clothes there. So he gonna put the same as well. So it's gonna be open space for everyone. Again, unless if you need like to separate it, he can build a wall. It's not going to happen. But he want to save money. He going to just finish it. There is ton of insulation there, and I think the current seller, he have did insulation everywhere. It's going to be, again, sheetrock and paint. If any other electric, that's it.
Okay. So the prior owner had some conditions, some of which were satisfied. One of them was to, I believe the roof has been replaced.
Yes.
I seem to remember there being a condition of the siding being replaced.
Yeah, but it hasn't been.
Okay, thank you. There was to be a paving and landscaping plan. The parking lot is quite rough,
Yep.
and the asphalt is quite broken up. Is there a plan to pave that parking lot?
Rough, it's meaning if he crack and so it's need to be like sealed professionally, or it should be re-milling. So it should be have like what do you call it, like seal the joint, or it should be milling completely and redone, which it should be, because he have a limited budget as well. He need to take care of the building itself. When it's running, he can't take care of outside.
Or you can fix the little, this is the broke one or something like that.
Can you comment on that, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, I find it hard to hold people accountable for the existing condition of the pavement that's out there. But definitely, seal coating, crack seals, restriping the parking lots would definitely.
That was one of the previous conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it's a heavy burden to ask him to repave the whole lot. Maybe in the future he's going to want to, but, to get his feet on the ground and everything, I wouldn't want to put that on him.
As just a kind of a professional opinion, looking at the condition of the lot where the asphalt is beaten almost into gravel,
Yeah.
would seal coating work on such a situation?
No. You can certainly skim coat it in some areas to help clean that up a little bit. You can even get bags of patch that would be able to seal that up a little bit better, so it's not a hazard.
Okay.
But, it's a big parking lot to repave. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Okay. So we didn't have, or I didn't see a parking plan at all. Have you calculated how much parking you need? And so that's going to be based on the square footage of the space that you're going to occupy.
so actually I want to clarify something. My client, he have access to the portal, and he get every single time get message to his email. He got like email 135 today about this, so unfortunately he haven't time, but whatever. I don't think we will need either the Terry parking. It's not like retail store. So if you need to calculate by the 6,000 square footage, but now it's a 3,000 because we're going to use only one floor. So whatever you want to tell us, we're going to take.
How many employees?
هو المفروض
You and your wife and some.
Yeah.
As if now, how many
No.
one you worker?
Two. Yeah.
So as if now.
We go and come back one car, this
Okay.
is to go and come back.
So right now they work on only without any employee.
Yeah.
Because again, everything is from the screen, and they do the shipping.
Do you receive shipments? Like, are there box trucks coming and delivering inventory?
Yeah, always I send it by myself,
Receive.
Yeah, I have it.
Receive like big containers? Or what?
No, just regular one. Yeah.
Regular boxes. Or I misunderstand the question. Sorry.
Like, is it a delivery truck? Is it, a box truck?
No,
Is
you
it
use
a tractor trailer?
Usually you get it from
Not the
UPS.
boxes themselves, right?
UPS,
How big of a vehicle is coming to deliver to you?
It's not
No, which
this, the regular one, this is not like,
The
this
15?
10 or
10,
like
15,
that.
10 or
Yeah.
15, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not,
Okay.
which one?
Did you get any trailer before?
No.
What are your hours of operation?
Yeah.
Time.
Hmm?
Time. Time open to close. What do you think?
Maybe for right now, maybe start from 10 to 5 or to 4, like that.
Every day or?
No, just maybe close Sunday,
As well, he does labor because he do design for in whatever his business location, and he go to the client and install it. So he have to be back and forth between the business. So probably he gonna stop until 5, and you from 5 do the work in the summer, but in the winter it's gonna be like weekend, probably like Saturday.
Okay.
And I can tell he have 4 kids. He need more time to care.
Do you know how many square feet the building is?
6,100.
Yeah.
6,000? Is that the one level or two levels?
level.
So 3,000?
Yes, I think it has been mentioned there.
Just wanted to confirm.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So actually, it's saying 2812, even less than 3.
Thank you.
3,000.
Okay. All right, I am going to go to other people's questions. How soon would you be would you be ready to open if you were given the special permit?
So actually, I'm going to talk about my part. So from getting the approval until closing, it's going to be a week, whatever the day we get approved. And then how many days after the closing when you're going to start?
في الوقت الحالي أنا مش عارف عشان لسه أنا ما عرفتش يعني.
Okay, you're gonna. Do we need any permit for work, like specific permit in
Yes.
for work? No, I
Yes.
mean special permit, or it's gonna be like regular permit?
So this is a special permit proceeding?
Yeah.
And building permits are needed for renovation work, including like electrical work, anything structural, obviously. You should go to the building department and say what the work is going to be that you're going to do.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, does any other special permit for doing the work inside, or just he gonna go to the town and open building permit, electric, plumbing, like regular?
If we look back at the building commissioner's determination letter, it states that you need the special permit from us.
Okay.
You would need the site plan approval by the planning board.
Okay.
Building, plumbing, gas, wiring, a business certificate from the city clerk, which is just a very simple
we got it, I
registration
think.
of the business, and then a certificate of occupancy.
Oh, okay.
But that's all in the determination letter that you gave us as part of the application. So that whole list is there for you to refer to.
We're gonna.
Okay. All right. Signage. What sign, are you going to put signage on the building?
Any يافطة?
ممكن أحط أنا بس لسه.
I'm not sure. Even he doesn't care about it now because he already his client know him online.
Okay. There is an existing free sign for when this was the St. Joseph's Club.
I think it's still there.
Are you going to be removing it?
I think for sure it should be removed. Because people can get like distracted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's on camera for club.
I think it should be a sign, my opinion, for people to know what business has been open.
So you're going to use it then?
No. This one, the St. John, is going to be removed. Okay.
I put my sign, just my name sign. Maybe I can do that, yeah.
On the building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any name for doing business as now. He can't figure out which name is going to work for him.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go to other comments. There's no one else except our mayor here. If she wants to make a comment, I'm on public comment time. Okay. Busy with city's business. And so I'm going to go online. I see no other attendees. Mr. Commissioner, did you want to make a comment on this application?
No, other than exactly what you said, Madam Chair, that he'll need to get all of those permits that I listed. He'll need a sign permit as well to change out the sign, most likely. Even if it's on the same holder, he'll still likely need a sign permit. So mirroring everything that you said, Madam Chair.
Okay. And I just want to be sure we have no parking plan on file, right?
Not that I have, no. And typically with parking, that's why I send it to site plan review as well.
I understand that there's going to be the storage use on the bottom, which I think is just an accessory use, so we don't need any additional permitting for that.
Correct.
Just the calculation of the number of parking spaces based on the two uses.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Mr. DeLonge, any comment, question?
I mean, I was born and raised in the St. Joe's Club. This is not where I thought it would end up someday, but I'm happy to see the building being used at some point. And most of my concerns are going to be taken care of by the site plan review. Based on my calculations, you're looking at 6, maybe 8 required parking spots. There's more than that on the site. They can fight with you over how they want the condition of the pavement to be handled. Other than that, no. I'm happy to see somebody doing something with that building.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
DeLonge.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Gallagher?
I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Mr. McLaughlin?
I think site plan would take care of most things. Would like to just put something in that it be professional signage and not vinyl banners. And no outside storage of product materials or shipping containers of sorts. And would like to see some facade improvement, but leave that up to the board.
Well, I think we had a condition on the last one that could be fulfilled, which is the
That one have
siding.
a sunset clause?
The last special permit had a sunset clause, and we took a vote to find that it had expired due to the transfer of ownership.
So the question is, do we want one on this one and any cosmetic improvements?
So we have, from the old one, exterior structure to be completely resided with siding, roof replaced, and any dumpster to be screened by vinyl fencing. Striking the roof, I would certainly be willing to readopt that condition from the last one.
I would agree.
And then condition number 10 from the last permit is site to be kept clear of construction debris, dumpsters emptied regularly, and overgrowth maintained during construction. I would like to see that one again. It's really about keeping the property clean and maintained.
Yep, sure.
May I ask, do I assume the facade request on the last one was because it was going residential?
No.
No.
It was to become a restaurant and bar.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't aware.
Sorry, can I ask for clarification? Is the siding need to be changed, removed, siding? Or because it was like converting to residential and alteration?
It was recited, was the last condition.
Oh, okay.
And then the other condition was on the parking area. So using the two uses, assuming about 2,800 square feet for each floor of the building, the retail store is going to be 1 per 500 square feet. And then the storage, I think, has a little bit higher square footage. So treating, that's going to be one per 1,000 square feet. So.
3 parking, additional 3.
Yeah.
So total 9? Okay.
Yeah, so we have 3 for the bottom,
5.6 for the top.
so 6.
Yep.
So a total of 9. I think I'm going to leave to the planning board consideration of the issue of handicapped accessibility, but I do think you need to resolve that both in your parking plan and in how a handicapped person is going to enter your building. And if that's through the ramp at the back of the building, then you need to make sure that there is a clear, level surface for a person to enter through that ramp.
Okay.
Okay? But again, I'm just going to leave that as a recommendation for the planning board to address during the site plan. Yes, Mr. Commissioner, I think you're going to comment that building code will look for that as well, right?
Yes, I will, depending on the extent of any alterations that they bring in or equipment that they bring in, because the handicapped accessibility rules are pretty much anything that's not bolted to the ground goes towards the 30% rule. So, and since they're changing this to retail from restaurant, that's also a change of use. So they would at least have to have an accessible entrance, I believe, in order to get their certificate of occupancy from us.
Thank you. And on the parking, I think there's adequate parking for the number of spaces required in this lot. And I would simply outline to the planning board that a condition that the parking lot shall be striped and the surface improved in a manner that is safe, adequate, and appropriate for all customers and employees.
And a condition that all conditions of the special permit, of the site plan review become incorporated as those conditions in the special permit from the ZBA.
Okay. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conditions. And I'm just going to review them.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. For the 9 parking, we can select like against the building or in the middle, any requirement, or it should be specific?
So you must propose the plan for the site plan, which should depict your parking.
Okay.
And we have within our zoning rules the description of how you must lay out a parking lot.
Gotcha.
And our zoning ordinance is available online. You're going to need a professional to draw this, so they should be well aware of what the requirements are. But they're contained in section 181.51. And there's a few pages to the section, so you should go through that and be in communication with the planning department, Chantel Fleck,
Okay.
on submission of the site plan, which I would encourage you to do, again, ahead of time as soon as you're prepared to do that. Okay?
Thank you.
So I'm going to reiterate our conditions. And I think we might be over 6. So, number 1, hours of operation, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day except Sunday. Number 2, permit holder shall install professional signage and shall not install vinyl banners. The existing St. Joseph's sign shall be removed within 6 months from the issuance of the special permit. No outside storage of trash or junk, and dumpsters shall be screened and emptied regularly. The exterior to be resided. We've already said the dumpster screening, so I'm not going to repeat it. Number 10, the site is to be kept, number 10 from the old one. The site is to be kept clear of construction debris, dumpsters emptied regularly, and overgrowth maintained during any construction. The parking lot shall be paved and striped in a method safe and convenient for access by customers and employees. All conditions of the site plan review shall be added as conditions of the special permit. And the special permit shall expire upon transfer of ownership of the business and can you give me the name?
Yes, sorry.
What is the
Okay.
LLC's name?
I will bring the paper from you.
Thank you. Oh, you've given me more information than I need to see. E and K, King Store LLC. Okay. Okay. Or Emad B. Iskandar. Thank you. Okay. Is there any comment on any of the proposed conditions? Any request to add a condition? All right. Then I'd be looking for a motion to approve the special permit with the conditions as stated.
Any review?
Excellent point. I think this is a 6-month review.
I agree.
So we'd be looking to review, I think, in the January meeting.
Make that motion with that added condition.
That is January 13th, 2026. Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Special permit carries and is granted.
Thank you so much.
So, there is a review date, which means we would like to see how you're doing and whether you're in compliance with the conditions. That is in January of next year. So you're going to have plenty of time to get your site plan and your permits, and make sure you work on and complete your conditions. I did put a 6-month date on the removal of that St. Joseph's sign, and you're going to need to get the details on the parking and other items from the planning board. All
Okay.
right? Do you have any questions?
For parking, can we give like few options? Or we have to give only for parking, the site plan? Can we give like few options when we provide it? So,
You can. You're going to be the one having a professional draw the plans.
oh yeah, for sure.
So-
Usually I did like few option for like more convenience. About the downstairs, there is a bar, existing one. So do we have to remove it? Like the bar in the first floor?
I'm going to say that the building commissioner is not going to want an operational bar
Okay,
on premises.
okay.
And I certainly, this is not applicable to you in particular, but there are a number of applicants who will come. They seem to be operating one business, but they're really operating another, so we don't like any.
Yeah, no, any sign of business. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. I'm
We
bringing
want you
this
to
question.
operate the business you told us that you're going to operate, right?
No, no, yes, yeah. I want to make everything clear now, even before he leaves,
Yeah.
what he should do. Yeah,
Yeah, and like I said, that's not directed at you personally, it's just,
yeah, general, yeah.
we see varying people in the
Yeah.
ZBA. All right, and I would direct you to the building department on any further questions, and thank you and good luck
Thank
with
you.
the business. I hope it turns out
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you.
Okay?
I will-
A reminder that in order to get your building permit, you're going to have to record this at the Registry of Deeds, so please make sure you do that.
Okay, we will get all this like tomorrow, so we can move forward with the transaction. I don't know how this is going. Sorry.
No, but I thank you for your optimism. And to point out, it's almost 9:30, we're going to go home, right? And the decision will be written up. You'll be given a copy when it's completed and filed with the city clerk's office.
Okay.
But the building department will be working with you between now and then. And the vote that we just took is the vote allowing the special permit.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, so can I tell like the guy we're gonna close after 2 weeks? Just hold on, 1 week.
I
Just to
will,
tell him.
I will make an attempt to push your case.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to proceed without the site plan review on the sale? Ask you that.
Actually, we're gonna start working on it from tomorrow. If we can finish like in 2 or 3
But
days, we're gonna submit.
Are you
it.
going to hold the completion of the purchase
Oh, yeah.
until you get a site plan approval?
Oh, yes, I think yes.
Okay,
We
so
should.
you've got a month and a half on that?
Oh, months and a half, okay.
Because you have to submit it within a certain period of time so it can be advertised, and I'm not sure that you're going to make the next meeting in June, so you're looking at the end of July,
Okay.
which is why it's good for people to kind of start their applications soon. But again, talk to Chantel Flecht in the planning department about this, all right?
And like department, okay.
And see, when can I get my application in? Will I make the next meeting? If not, what do I need to do to get on July? Okay?
Okay, and if we're not gonna contingent on the site plan, are we gonna get anything like kind of approve the meeting? It has been approved?
So there will be a written decision issued, and I know what you're asking is, can I hurry it up and get it out?
No, please, no,
I
no,
know,
no.
I
I'm not
know,
gonna-
I know.
Honestly, we need some
I
time.
do know.
To be honest with you, we need some time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not a lot, like 2 weeks, I can say.
So I will try to move this
Thank you.
forward for you, because I do not want to see businesses delayed getting open.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Appreciate
okay?
it. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night, gentlemen.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn unless anybody wants to say goodnight to Mr. Burns Zonies.
Make that motion.
Okay.
On behalf of Mr. Byrne, good night, Zonies.
All right. Thank you.
And I'll second it.
Very good. I assume there's no objection, so our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a good evening.